into the night. I raise my hand to the fire, but it's no use, 'cause you can't stop it from shining through. It's true, baby, let the light shine through. If you believe it's true, baby, won't you let the light shine through for you. In the sky, gazing far into the night. I raise my hand to the fire, but it's no use, 'cause you can't stop it from shining through. It's true, baby, let the light shine through. If you believe it's true, baby, won't you let the light shine through for you.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another episode of Elite FPL podcast with just myself. But tonight, hopefully, we'll be joined with lots of awesome community members that have been part of our community for quite some time. I hope you guys are having a great week so far and are looking forward to this weekend's kick-off of the Premier League. I want to say thank you to everybody in the chat that's been waiting for the stream to go live this evening. We've got Amanda in there, we've got King Kun, Sultan Saeed, we've got Bulmer, One Rovers Vlogs, Tobias, Milan Milic, Sam, Kevlar. We've got Paulie there. We've got Leland. Sancho is coming, he says, to United. Yes, he is. I'm really confident that we can get that deal over the line. And also, I think Bear was asking me how my Fantrax team was. Apologies if it wasn't Bear, but yes, my Fantrax team for fantasy draft is pretty meh. I'll reveal that later on in the show. And I am waiting. I've got the first waiver pick, and I'm waiting for the one and only Sancho to become available so I can bring him into my team. But anyway, hope you guys are all doing well and you're excited. Are you excited, guys? Are you excited? A couple of days now. We've got a couple of days before it all starts. Hello, Fruit Loops. Hello, FPL. Jack Parry, Zach Twyman there. Kangara Adrian. Zena is in the chat. Ace Adventura, my friend. Thanks for coming on the show the other day, dude. Ryan C. Chen. Charlie Bridge. Good evening, good evening, good evening. Right, we have got some people already in the waiting room to come on tonight. Look at this team on the screen. What do you think? It's not too bad. Not too bad. This is one of my my recent teams that I put together. To be honest with you, it's pretty template. Guess what? It's got Salah in it as well. There you go, Steve-O. One to think about. So Steve-O's got this little envelope that he thinks he can guess what my strategy is for game week 1. No, you're not gonna guess the strategy. You know, there's no way you're gonna guess my strategy for game week 1. Absolutely no way. Hello, Marios. How you doing, buddy? Crap formation. What, 4-3-3? Don't be silly. A reasonably sexy team. Triple Arsenal. Says Random Junkie. My team almost the same. Saliba won't start. I think he might do, now that Luis is injured. My team is 4-3-3. Don't listen to him. Hard boy, don't listen to him. I'm feeling good, man. Yeah, so for those of you who aren't aware, I had a spate of man flu over the last weekend. And then into the early week, I think Monday night, I was really feeling rough. And I've managed to... My bench is nothing to shout home about, to be honest. My bench... It has got Souček on it, though. It's not the worst bench ever, is it, to be honest? Souček, Stevens, Mitchell. So yeah, at least I can got some points there, possibly off the bench with Souček. And some news today that Souček will be available to play against Newcastle on Saturday, which is a bit of good news. Lampard confirming, of course, Pulisic is now in contention for the game against Brighton. I believe Ziyech has been ruled out, which is a bit of a shame for those people that were considering him. But yes, some interesting news as well coming in. About Sancho's possibly agreed personal terms, just waiting on the final value. Hello, John Pierre Giordano. Thank you so much for that subscribe, my friend. Yes, Lampard has reported that Ziyech and Chilwell will not be available for Brighton. There we go. Thiago Silva has not trained yet, so won't be involved. Ziyech will be maybe back in a couple of weeks, according to the Chelsea FC Twitter. Another bit of interesting news as well, which is going to upset a lot of people, is Ralph Hasenhüttl has confirmed that Stuart Armstrong will miss Saturday's season opener against Crystal Palace after returning from international duty with an injury. So that's it. People with Armstrong, what are you going to do? It's got to be St. Maximin, isn't it? It's got to be. Should I go for Mount or Barnes? I probably would go with... Well, it's toss of the coin, man, between them. I think they're both decent options at that price point. Hello, Benji. How you doing, buddy? Egan and James. How do I get my team featured? Rajesh, it will be through Discord, my friend. Hello, Kinyan Dewey. All hail Lord Souček, defender of the realm, says Joe Taylor. But we've got some people in the waiting room. I'm going to bring him in. Start with G Wiz. How you doing, G? How you doing, mate?
I'm doing all right, bruv. I'm doing all right.
It's been a little while since we last spoke, G, isn't it?
Well, I've had to have a bit of a holiday, take it easy, top up my tank, enjoy the raise,
Has it been that much of a holiday? It seems like only yesterday we were reviewing Game Week 38.
It has been for me, yeah. Definitely.
You missed your football?
I've got the buzz back finally, yes.
You've got the buzz back. And are you excited? Are you excited for Game Week 1? Are you listening to any content creators and getting ideas, or are you the kind of person like Steve-O's pretending to drown it all out?
Hashtag play your own game. Not been on Twitter in all my holiday.
Nice.
Oh, tell a lie. I went on, I think it was yesterday? No, Monday. Monday, sorry. Yeah, I went on Monday, posted the clean sheet stats, and that was it. Done.
Decent, man. Decent. Well, I'm glad to have you back in Discord. I'm glad to have you back on the show. Looking forward to the bit of banters that's going to be. I'm sure you'll be involved in a bit of banter come the weekend, G Wiz. Have you seen my?
Yeah. Have I seen your team? What is that? The one on screen?
Yeah, mate. It's perfect, isn't it? It's a perfect team.
What's perfect about it?
Absolutely everything. It's gonna be
What?
100 points.
You've got someone called Saint Maximin.
Yeah, he's gonna be banging in the points now, especially Callum Wilson's joined.
And you've got someone called Susek
on the bench.
Mate, that team's crap, bruv. Wait a minute. You've got Robertson, Trent. Yeah, it's not bad. I'll give it a 6.5 out of 10.
Oh, thank you. That's pretty nice.
It would have been a 9, but I just don't understand the ASM and Susek love. I just don't get it.
Oh, well, you'll find out. Don't you worry about that. But
yeah, I will.
Yeah,
I will.
Yeah. Wiz, have you got your team all finalised? Are you happy with your draft? Are you going to be changing anything between now and Game Week 1?
I'm ready to go, bruv. Strapped in. I haven't changed my draft for about a week and a half until today, where I made a slight change, but that's it. Job done.
Interesting. Well, this team on the screen is my team at the moment. Will it be my team Game Week 1? That is the question. I have absolutely no idea. Dre Zera. We'll bring Dre and we'll bring Paulie and we'll bring Dread on all together. Let's do a bit of a community stream tonight. So basically, I wanted to get some of the OG members of the community, some of the old timers, the long-term supporters of the show. Good evening, Paulie. Good evening, Dre. Good evening, Dread. I hope you're all doing well.
Yeah, all doing good, bro. All good.
Yeah, all excited.
Yeah, I'm buzzing, mate. I'm buzzing, hyped.
So these guys are the backbone of the community. These are the ones that moderate the Discord. They do a lot of work behind the scenes, helping new members. They do the moderating on the YouTube. How you been finding the show lately? Obviously, we had a lot of new faces joining the channel and joining the Discord, haven't we?
Yeah, man, I've loved all the guests that have been on and everything. You know, there've been some really good people on the streams. The YouTube streams have been buzzing in the chat. All the people joining. It's like, yep, it's the Elite FPL global community. Yep, we're loving it. It's great.
Loving it. We've got 364 people tuned in at the moment. We've had a few subscribers tonight. And for those of you who are just new to the show, we are trying to set a goal, a challenge to try and reach 5,000 subscribers basically for Game Week 1. So for those who don't know, on tonight we'll be doing obviously a stream going through people's teams, going through you guys' teams if you want to post them. And we'll be doing a big preview show tomorrow night. Myself and Steve will be live tomorrow night, previewing the history and looking at predicting the scores for the weekend using the play.elitefpl.com score predictor game developed by Sweet Potato. If you're new to the channel, please hit that subscribe button, just like Rogers Brett did, just there. Have your name put up on the screen, you never know. And also follow us on Twitter and Instagram and join our Discord. Link is in the description.
I just wanted to ask.
Yes, Wiz, go ahead.
I just wanted to ask, the people on air at the moment, not including the team that you support, is there a game that you're absolutely buzzing, looking forward to in Game Week 1?
Oh,
that's a good question.
Chelsea for me.
Chelsea Brighton.
Chelsea Brighton for me.
Yeah. What about you, Drew?
Do you know what, right? I actually want to see Sheffield Wolves. I'm really intrigued as to how Wolves are going to set up this season with like the changes in their squad. You know, in the back of my mind, I think there might not be, but I'm thinking like there might even be like a formation change in everything. But I don't know. I'm just really interested to see how Wolves set up because I don't have any Wolves in my team going into like the kickoff and everything. But I know that I want Wolves and I want them as quickly as possible. So I need to see what's happening there.
I'm also very interested in the Spurs Everton because of Everton's new signings.
Yeah.
Did you hear? Apparently, Rodriguez scored a bicycle kick in training, so he's going to bang a hat trick. You guarantee it.
Oh my day! That geezer single-handedly won me the World Cup fantasy football tournament one year. It was just unbelievable. He was banging them in, and I just want to see how he's going to, adapt to the Premiership because he's one of my favourite players. I do like him. The fixture that I wanted to see, that I'm really buzzing, looking forward to, is the Liverpool Leeds game.
Why do you say that? Do you think that Leeds are going to be a bit of a dark horse this season, Wiz?
Well, I really like the manager, and I just don't. I mean, they could score. They could score. Let's be honest. It's a game of football. They could.
I think they will. I think they will score, Wiz.
I mean, it wouldn't surprise me if they did, but for example, you've got, is it Robertson and Trent? So even if they did score, you've got the type of defenders that you're not really bothered because they can get like assists and attacking returns for you anyway. But yeah, I'm looking forward to how Leeds are going to approach the Premiership and having Liverpool as their first test. Oh, I can't wait to see that game because I don't think Leeds are going to be like a different promoted side who are going to sit back and defend. I think they're just going to go for it, and it'll be a nice game.
I think there's a few cracking matchups this kick-off, to be honest with you. Fulham Arsenal, that's going to be interesting. Mitrovic.
Yeah.
I can see him grabbing a goal in that, and people are laughing, going, well, you got 2 Arsenal defenders in your team. What were you thinking? And you've got 2 Liverpool defenders, and you've already said that Leeds are going to score. Look, that's just a team that's just a team that I've got on the screen, guys. That's nothing more. I haven't said that that's my team.
As I did say as well, that even the Arsenal defenders that you've got, I think, did you pick Saliba?
Saliba and Tierney, yeah.
Tierney. See, Tierney is not exactly a sit back and
no, he's
we'll
not.
see how it plays out. He'll bomb down that wing for you. So
yeah.
Stop
talking sense, Wiz, and let someone else speak. Drazera.
Sorry, Grub.
Drazera, how on earth are you, my friend?
I've landed from outer space and I'm into the Elite FPL world. Hello, everyone listening.
Cool. And how are you finding the life on the other planet?
Well, when it comes to the press conferences that's happened today, and 1 or 2 players are not playing in that, it's starting to get a little jittery.
Yes.
I'm fairly relaxed with my team still, but of course, you get to game week 1, and as you've mentioned before, game week 1 on Hangouts a couple of hours before, it's going to be absolute mayhem.
So, a question, Dre: are you and the rest of the moderators prepared for game week 1 meltdown?
Oh, I can't wait for it. I can't wait for it.
I'll be listening in as best I can because I'm actually travelling part of Saturday, but I'll listen in and enjoy the ocean of the chaos.
It's going to be crazy.
I really think that watching Discord and what's going on there since yesterday, I noticed it. I think the meltdown has already, the beginning, the trickles are starting.
Really?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, it's happening.
I just wanted to welcome Harbour Boy into the on-air channel at the moment. So, guys, at the moment we've got the moderators in the on the air. At the moment we've got Dread, FPL, we've got G Wiz, we've got Paulie, we've got Drazera, we've got Harbour Boy. Hey, Harbour Boy, how you doing, buddy?
G'day, hello from the southern outpost of the Elite FPL.
So, how's it going down under, mate?
It's pretty good. It's a beautiful sunny morning here. Spring has sprung in New Zealand.
Spring has sprung. It's about to get very hot in New Zealand in the near few weeks, I'd imagine.
Absolutely. It's a great way to get ready for the new season starting in a few hours.
Yeah, so you'll be getting up at what sort of time? 3 in the morning?
It'll have to be. The first game starts at 11:30 p.m, so that should be all right.
So you won't be getting up. You won't be going to bed.
I have to plan out something, Jason.
How does that work with your family then? Do you just tell them that you'll be sleeping?
Oh, they're asleep at that time, so they don't really notice. It's more the puppy will notice if I get up. She might start making a bit of a fuss, but it's all pretty exciting.
So yeah, talking about the news today, did any of you guys have Armstrong in your team?
No.
Yes.
No.
Paulie
No.
had him.
He's
Paulie,
still in
you're
the
the
team as well.
you're the only one that's got Armstrong in the team. G Wiz said that it's a stupid idea having St. Maximin. He doesn't understand what the hype is around St. Maximin. Any of you guys want to pipe up and kind of say why St. Maximin is being considered so strongly? Not to the fact that he's 5.5, but why else?
I think he, the latter end of last season and everything, he was he was doing bits and everything and getting a few. And then I think that Newcastle can only get better this season with the players that they've purchased, and also their run of fixtures are pretty decent for quite some time as it goes. So at that price point, I know you said like not to mention it, but I mean at that price point, it's a gamble worth taking, I think.
I just think it's not a gamble at 5.5. Wiz, you'll probably have him in your team come game week 1, mate. It's just a ploy to try and put other people off owning him.
I think there's a better 5.5 out there who I won't mention at the moment.
Oh, okay.
No. You can't say you're not going to mention it. You can't like put that out there. You got to back it up, bro.
I'll back it up after the deadline. Don't worry about that.
He'll mention it at 1 minute before on the meltdown tomorrow.
No, my team's locked in with a 5.5, and it isn't that ASM. It's Newcastle, boys. Newcastle.
Chat. Who in the chat? Who do you think it is if it's not ASM at 5.5?
Comment below.
Is he thinking
And
of
it can't be
Podence?
Armstrong either.
Podence.
Oh yeah, Podence.
I think it's Saka actually.
Saka's not a bad shout, but it's whether he starts.
Yeah.
It's whether he starts, isn't it? That's the thing.
Lots of people
Can
in
you
the chat saying
confirm or
Saka.
deny these, G-Wiz?
Again, sorry.
Decore.
Can you confirm nor deny these?
Carroll, Andy Carroll, mate.
Thanks,
Andy
Gav.
Carroll.
I'll tell you one thing I will say. It is not a West Ham player.
All right.
But I will.
Who do you support again?
I support West Ham.
And
but
why don't you like Souček? Why did you turn your nose up when you saw Souček was on my bench?
Have you seen West Ham's fixtures?
Yeah, but he's still going to grab a goal or an assist every now and again, isn't he? On a bench.
Where is he going to grab this goal or assist?
He's your third best player, isn't he?
Oh my God, that's not a lot, really, is it? Come on, let's be honest. Jesus,
5 million.
Apart from the Newcastle fixture, where he could possibly grab something, I won't deny. I just can't see any sort of.
He could do against Newcastle. Barnes in the chat said West Ham might get relegated. What do you think about that?
They may well do. They may well do.
Yeah.
Well, we'll have to see.
It sounds like you're a bit dejected as a West Ham fan this year, Wiz. You think it's going to be all doom and gloom for you guys? I think you need to be a bit more positive, Wiz.
No, I'm always the same. I'm always the same at the start of every season.
No, there are rumours that there was like a bit of a bust up there between Moyes and Karen, I believe.
And who?
Karen, Miss Brady.
Oh,
Yeah,
right. Oh, nice.
And
Nice. Hopefully she threw a stiletto at his forehead or something.
And in addition, apparently there's a high chance that David Moyes might be walking, according to rumours, because of the whole West Ham dissension.
Oh,
you want to get rid of him?
Why would you want to get rid of Moyes for? And who would you rather have in his place?
I've never wanted him at the club. Not since the day he got sacked. And then we brought him back, and I was like, "Oh my God, no! Oh, no! I've never liked him. Sorry, just not my manager."
No, my manager.
There you have it.
Right, well, there you go. So he'll be up in your bettings then for being one of the first managers to get sacked, probably. Wiz.
Well, you said You said he'll walk, so I don't think I'd get paid out on that.
Yeah, true. Yeah. Will Minamino start? Bogmat says. Mogamat says, will Minamino start? No. Walker Peters, good pick for us. Eddie Howe at West Ham. Ooh, West Ham will do well to have Eddie Howe.
Oh, I would take Eddie Howe any day of the week.
King Kun says, Barnes, pipe down, we're going to be top 10. I hope you're not referring to West Ham. He's on. I don't know who he's on about there. James Rodriguez. James Rodriguez says Icy George. Yeah.
What a player.
Yeah. Depends on how quick he gels into that Everton team. And I think the fixtures, I mean, the opening fixture against away at Spurs is enough to put me off having him in straight from the bat. But if he starts performing well, he'll definitely be up there as being a consideration. Southampton interested in Emmanuel Dennis could spell the end of Che Adams. This is the thing, guys. We're all planning our teams around fringe players or like the likes of Che Adams, where like all they need to do is sign someone like Emmanuel Dennis, and it's like, well, you got problems. And the transfer market being open for as long as it is. When does the transfer deadline? When is the transfer deadline this year? Do you know?
Something like mid October or something.
I know.
13th or
I know it's
12th.
about 25 days away, something like that.
It's mental, isn't it?
It's it ends on the 5th of
Chat saying
October.
October 5th.
5th of October.
Yep.
Yeah.
But then a domestic-only window during which Premier League clubs can only trade with those in the EFL will run between the 5th of October to 16th. So any players coming outside of the EFL, it shuts on the 5th.
Right, okay. So Sancho then, is it happening? I'm going to ask you all in the chat and also on you guys on air now. Sancho to United, is it hot air or is it actually going to be substantially done?
Hot air.
I've not even been following it, mate. Like, I'm a Liverpool fan.
Wait, you haven't been watching United stand?
Not really bothered what you guys do, to be honest.
Oh, right, okay.
I think that you'll sign Jadon Sancho, but I think Ed Woodward and co have dragged it longer than it should do.
120 million euros. That is mental. That's what you'll end up with, a B-Tech Sancho, says the Don in chat. Who's that then? Nketiah, Ings, Werner, front three. Thoughts? Harry Dawson says Nketiah, Ings and Werner. Nketiah could be very interesting. Again, a player you'd think you'd go with the experience of Lacazette, though. That's what you think. You think Arteta would go with the experience. Sancho is forcing a move himself, says Kangara. Predict the scores for us. We will be doing that tomorrow night, mate. This is just a basically community-related stream. So, guys, do you want to share your teams? Dread, we'll start with you.
Yeah, go for it, mate. There's a good segue there. That guy was saying about Predictor and everything.
Yes. So, talk to me about the Predictor. Who would like to tell me what that is? Because I'm sure you guys have signed up to it.
Predictor is you go on our website and everything, and you can put your predictions in along with another option for each game, which is different as to, like, say, for instance, who's going to score the first goal or something along those lines, who's going to get a yellow card and everything. And then I think you accumulate points. I'm not quite sure on the rest of it because I've not done my homework, but I think someone else you'll be able to tell us what happens then, Jace.
Yeah, so there's bonus questions. On the Score Predictor on the website, you can actually read the rules of the game, which basically I haven't memorised. But it's all there in black and white for you to read. Right, the Score Predictor game, at its core, this is a simple Score Predictor game. For every game week, cast your predictions for the outcomes of the matches. In addition to predicting scores, however, every match will also have a bonus prediction associated with it. This could be one of four things. The first is the player to score a goal in the match, the team to have the most possession, the team to take more shots, or the team to commit more fouls. Stats for the bonus predictions will be taken directly from the Premier League's official website and app. Game week deadlines will be the same time for the first kickoff in that game week. Fixtures will correspond with the FPL game weeks, but not necessarily the Premier League match weeks, meaning that the blank double game weeks will be accounted for. The game rules will not change in these circumstances, except that you'll have less or more matches to predict respectively. There we go. You are allowed to change your predictions as many times as you'd like before the deadline. However, once the deadline passes, all predictions for that game week in question will be locked in. And, of course, there is a prize. There's Elite FPL merchandise for the winner of this game. So it'll be a t-shirt for the winner, a mug for the second place, and a keyring for third place, or something like that. It'll be... And that could change. That can change at any time through the season. Might add more stuff to that. But that's how it starts off. It's a free-to-play game, and that's what we use throughout the season to predict and preview our shows, or preview the game week's fixtures. And I'll put a link to that in the chat so you guys can all be aware of the score predictor. That wasn't meant to happen. But yeah, there you go. It's in the chat. The link's in the chat. So go and check that out. Yes. So what was I doing? I was about to bring your team up, wasn't I, Dread?
Yeah, go for it, bro.
Confident?
I'm feeling good about it. I'm deliberated on this for quite a lot of time, as into which people I want to put in there and stuff like that. Yeah, there you go. So I'll start off. I've gone with Ryan in goal. It was always going to be between him and McCarthy, but because I've got KWP, well, McCarthy's out, so I also started originally with double Liverpool defence, but that had to go because I like to have. I've got a thing of going for these big hitters in midfield and everything, so I'm playing 4-5-1 basically.
So you are a Liverpool fan.
Yep.
And you've gone with Mane.
Yes, I've gone with Mane because of what I saw in the pre-season performances. I thought that Mane was further along in his, I don't know, match sharpness, for want of a better phrase, than Salah was, and so I'm going with Mane. I think that's the way I want to go. Definitely.
I think if that Havertz could be a Pulisic, it could be
well, I'm kind of thinking that because he had the hammy and everything, Lampard doesn't have to rush him back. He's got other players he can use. So I'm going to go Havertz because I think he's been actually training for longer with the team than Pulisic has. However, I have toyed with the idea of putting Pulisic in anyway for Son, but going
I
going
think
triple Chelsea and like game one a bit much.
I think it's a bit too much. I mean, looking at our team, can I pick any holes in it? Ryan in goal. I probably prefer to have the doubler for Southampton. I know it sounds crazy. Chelsea. And the fixtures for Southampton are better than Brighton's, in my opinion. Possibly.
I don't know. I'm not sure. I think once Brighton get past the first 3-4 games, the fixtures then on.
Or Crystal Palace onwards.
Yeah, not so bad. Not so bad. I mean, I suppose for Brighton, and also I look at it because I've got Ryan in goal. If we do have to play Chelsea, playing them on the first day of the season might be the best time before they start to gel properly.
You might get a lot of save points. That's one thing with Ryan. But obviously Chelsea at home, Newcastle away, Man United at home, Everton away. Everton, Newcastle strengthening quite well in recent days. Chelsea, we all know what they've done. Man United will be looking hungry to start off well as well. The game week 5 onwards, Crystal Palace away, West Brom at home. Yes, I argue they are very nice fixtures. Tottenham away game week 7, then it goes green again with Burnley and Aston Villa, but then it's a bit of a mixed bag for me. Bit of a mixed bag. But
the thing is, there's no way I can go into the season with double Southampton defence, so I have to have Ryan, really.
Fair enough, yeah. Okay. I want to say thank you to Vincent. Vincent Gut in the chat has donated $1.99. Saka, a good choice. Is Barnes, Odoi, Ali best choice? They're all very much fringe considerations for a lot of people. Saka, Barnes, Odoi, Ali. I've seen a lot of people with Ali in their drafts recently. Saka people starting to shout about him a little bit more as well. Asking Arsenal fans, they don't know if he's gonna be nailed, but I mean, if you've got a decent playing bench, it's worth maybe taking the risk with Saka. Out of those names, Ali, again, I'd probably look towards Harvey Barnes. In order of my preference, it'd probably go in the order of Barnes, Saka, Ali, and Odoi. That's me. But I'm going to ask you guys very quickly, those names I mentioned, any of them come into your thoughts when it comes to your drafts? Because I haven't seen all of your drafts, but Saka, Odoi, Ali, or Barnes?
Saka. Definitely like Saka.
I think Saka's the only name really, or
Saka.
Ali, isn't it?
I've got Ali in my team.
Saka's
I've
in my
got Ali in mine.
team.
Yeah, I think that the Saka voice is shouting a little bit louder. But both Ali, well, they're completely different prices though, aren't they?
Well, yeah, they are.
I think if you got the money for either, I'd probably go with. I don't know if I'd probably prefer Ali. If you could go Ali or Saka, I'd probably go Ali, wouldn't you? If it had to be between those two.
Well, I did have Ali in my team, but then because I had $1 million in the bank, so I thought, well, if I'm not going to use it, I'll just go up to Son. But Ali, I like Ali.
Yeah. So moving back to your team, I mean, other than the goalkeeper, Lascelles, fixtures are okay for him. Hello, Mark Stan. Thank you for that subscribe, my friend. You've got Alexander-Arnold, you've got Mane instead of Salah, so, it could bite you, but like we've discussed, Salah just isn't really doing it for me. Egan, he had really good performances after lockdown, scored a couple of goals. Fixtures are good as well. Is Sheffield United going to struggle this season?
I don't think they will. I mean, there is a possibility they regress a bit, but I think, in my head anyway, I think the defensive nature that they have is actually part of their DNA. So I don't see that dropping off. And with that, I mean, if they can get, which I think have they made a purchase? And if they can get someone that can score goals,
not that I can think of,
with those boys like rippling crosses and everything, they should score goals.
I'm worried that
someone put them away.
I'm worried that people are going to suss them out. Like they came in last season, they had a really good season, but they played in a certain way that was different. And their formation, the way they set up with their defenders, I'm worried that they might be figured out a little bit now. And I wonder, because they don't have those heavy hitters up front, whether that's going to mean trouble for Sheffield United. It'll be very interesting. Of Egan though, proven is a good defender. Can nick a goal to Steve-O's despair when I had him in. Other than that, I can't really pick fault in your team. You've got quality players.
My bench is rubbish. I know that. But
Yeah,
I do have Taylor there, so it's okay.
If you do have to rely on anyone, it'd be Taylor. But looking at that, the only criticism would be if there is a problem with, i.e., any quarantine sort of situation, any players that have been tested positive, blah blah blah, then you've just got Taylor. That's it. There is an argument of having a fully playing bench this season, and a lot of people are looking at that quite seriously. But as a starting team for game week 1, I think it's really good. I think it's really strong. I think there's points littered all over that team, to be honest. And I would be expecting a fairly decent above average score game week 1 with that team. Why is the love for Havertz lately? It's a quality player thickness. And Chelsea are looking very, very scary at the moment.
Yeah. The only thing that I will point out, so like to sort of like the price points that I'm working to. So basically, what should happen is the extra $1 million that I've spent on Sun and everything that's meant to go to where Maximin is to make it a 6.5 point, and then so that I can have 2 8.5 points. I know I'm going to get KDB for Aubameyang, so that will free up the 0.5, which I'll then move to where Son is, and so I can literally I could have Havertz and Pulisic if I wanted.
You really are looking to that Chelsea triple up, aren't you?
Well,
See,
because I can also have Mahrez there. You see, so
I was just about to ask you, has Man City got into your thoughts at the moment? And
well, yeah, my first two transfers will be Aubameyang's KDB, and then where Son is, I'll have Mahrez, and then basically the 6-5 point that where maximum is at the moment, that's basically the Foden spot. That'd be just 6-5 on him. Yeah, and he can
6-5. Foden's gonna be an absolute bargain this season. I can see it happening now. It's like every season, game week 1 draft. If you go back, like to your game week 1 draft from last year, how different it is. We're gonna see some massive shifts in the first few 3 or 4 game weeks. Well, people work out their teams, and I think starting off wise, I mean, you've got the price points there. You've hit the nail on the head with the price points. You've got versatility in midfield. You've only got the one up front. See, there is an argument, and I'm kind of following this, that there is great value in attack. I think Ings will probably out. Like, this is my opinion. I think Ings will. When I was doing my draft the other night, I was looking at Son and I was looking at Ings. And when I was working out the formation I wanted to play, and I preferred Ings to Son. I think that Ings will personally outscore Son, but this is the argument, isn't it, that everyone's got in their heads at the moment.
Well, this is how I looked at it, because when I was looking, I think I definitely want Werner, and then if I want a second striker, I'm going to want like either of Jimenez or Ings, and beyond that, the ones that are cheaper than that, it not really come into my thinking, because I really don't want to have to be messing around with 6-5 forwards and stuff, because I think that's more beneficial to be put back in defence. So, but then once I then thought, well, I only want one of Ings or Jimenez at 8-5, I then looked at the options that are available in midfield at 8-5, and I think, well, actually, I want those more than either of Ings or Southampton. I mean Jimenez, sorry. So that's why I moved it from the front and I put in midfield, because those are the options at those prices. Those are the ones that I want.
Yeah, at the end of the day, go with the ones you want. Yusuf Ibrahim says Ings or Jimenez. Ings short term, Jimenez probably more over season. But I want to say massive thank you to Waz FPL. Waz FPL donated $1.99. Waz FPL, of course, is the founder of Prime FPL. Guys recently started doing some streaming of their own and have their own Discord as well. So massive thank you to I own ASM already. So Maximin, your mate Wiz, he owns him.
Poor geezer.
Decore or Podence for 5.5?
Oh, I don't know yet, really.
It's so much unknown, isn't it? This is like how you're basically, Waz, you're trying to ask me to predict the future for you. Well, apparently Wiz has got a 5.5 that is better. But so maybe you want to private message Wiz. Maybe the chat, maybe the collective spirit of the chat can help you out on that 5.5 pick. It's got to be
hold on. When's deadline? 11 o'clock. Yeah, I'll reveal it at 1 minute past 11. 1
minute past 11. There we go. So yes, will we bring callers in today? Says Talcol. Yes, probably towards probably in a little while. I'm just going through the moderators. So basically, guys, tonight, prioritizing the moderators and the people who've been long-term members of the show, and then we'll be opening up the calls to newer members of the community. Because I want to hear from the guys that I've been speaking to over the last couple of years and how they're getting on with it, and I'm sure a lot of you guys do too. So for Dread, absolutely nailed it, mate. I think that team is solid. I think if there is anything to be changed, it's probably going to be Havertz. But then, it's a toss of the coin again with Havertz, isn't it? It's like, do you go Pulisic? Do you go Havertz? I mean, you said Pulisic fitness possibly not 100%.
Yeah, I mean, this
looking really
is
good
either going to go
training.
well or horribly wrong. So
yeah. Right, let's move down. G-Wiz doesn't want to reveal his team, so Paulie, have you got your team there?
Yeah, it's somewhere in there.
Oh, I see it, Paulie. I'll bring it up now. So this is the team, Paulie. Is this the team, Paulie?
Yeah.
Is this the one? Is this the one and only finalised draft?
It's not finalised. Obviously, them 4 players there, they could be easily out.
Another team with Mane instead of Salah.
Yep.
People starting to kind of lose a bit of faith in Salah, because obviously myself and Steve-O have. Ampadu. Burke. What is going on here? This is a bit different.
Yeah, I literally put them 2 Sheffield United players in.
What's with the love all of a sudden?
2 hours ago. Well, they've all been saying that Burke could potentially, is a 4.5 midfielder that could potentially be playing further forward.
Yeah, he might play out of position, but he might score you 1 goal in the season.
Yeah,
so,
they've just 4 points there, so that's just he's just in there. Ampadu, 4.5 defender that's been playing centre midfield.
And I don't think that. I can understand it when Lundstrom was playing out of position, because he was playing. Again, we haven't seen him play. We don't know for definite, but Lundstrom was obviously a very attacking defensive option for Sheffield United, whereas I can't see Ampadu being that Lundstrom. I know we're all looking for that John Lundstrom. I think somewhat like a 4.5, like Justin, in that role. Walker Peters even a double up on Southampton as well as another option. Different, but I don't know. Some out of positions are great. Don't get me wrong, but others they're not always great.
Yeah, I've circled them 4 because I can mess about with them. So I've also got 3 million in the bank as well.
Yusuf says, "Will Ampadu start?" Paulie, do you know what the probability of Ampadu starting is?
They've got him on loan, and then literally about 5 hours later, the news came that Sander Berge got injured for Norway, and they basically both can play the same position.
Lee Ozzy, $2.99. Outstanding content. Can't wait for Saturday. Hot sauce. Thank you, my friend. Thank you, Mr. Hot Sauce. Lee Ozzy too. I can't wait for Saturday. Saturday's going to be epic. Of course, Saturday, just a reminder, I'll be going live at 9 a.m. GMT, covering the couple of hours of Meltdown as we look towards the deadline. We'll have a countdown and everything. We're going to have callers on. We're just going to be on Discord, just absorbing the panic. It's going to be great.
Lovely.
It's going to be brilliant, mate. It's going to be absolutely brilliant. We're going to be doing the preview on tomorrow night. We'll have callers on tomorrow night. We'll do preview. We're going to go for the history. We'll have Steve-O's Pookie Pad out again. Going to go the predictions. We're going to play the predictions game, and we're going to be literally counting the hours for the kickoff. It's going to be fun. And Steve-O is going to be revealing what he thinks my strategy is from Game Week 1 as well. I'm very interested to see.
Hold on, wait a minute. You said Steve-O is going to be revealing your strategy.
Yeah, so he's got it in his head that he's worked out what my strategy is. So basically, I've not been kind of revealing my thought process. I've thrown a few drafts together, of course, but I've not officially declared. I've not officially declared my Game Week 1 team. So Steve-O is convinced. He's analysed my demeanour, analysed my I don't know. He's convinced that he knows what my strategy is. So it'll be interesting to see when he opens it up.
Okay then. Okay, yeah, I'll be looking forward to that.
Basically, living rent free in his head.
I was waiting for that comment.
I was just about to say, Steve-O, I'm all for like hashtag play your own game, but you might seriously want to actually play your own game.
Are you going to be putting a bet
on your own team?
Are you going to be putting a bet on again this year, Wiz? Who's going to finish above who? Steve-O above me. Last obviously that's last season you bet on Steve-O being able to beat me.
Yeah, I thought I'd try and give him some confidence, but definitely I'm going to have to go with yourself this year.
Hey, that sounds good. Miguel with €5 super chat there. What are your thoughts on Matheus Pereira maybe being overlooked for West Brom? Pereira, guys, West Brom, amazing player in a is in a pretty average team. Will he be a star at West Brom?
Quite possibly.
For me, it's one of those classic lines of wait and see. Like,
exactly.
Wait and see. I mean, of course you want to get ahead of the curve. You want to get that player in before anyone else does and get those juicy FPL points. But at the same time, you want to see how they perform. You want to see how the team, how they're communicating, where he's playing. You know, there is literally a lot to be said about sample data, and the eye test is such a big thing in FPL. Like, if you can watch the games, all the games are going to be aired in this month, September, in the UK.
I can't wait for Match of the Day.
So we need to get more information. That's me. But does anyone want to disagree with that on the air right now? Is anyone considering Pereira in their teams? Gee whiz, Paulie, Drazera, Harbour Boy, Dread, anyone there? Is he a glimpse of light going to be in your team?
No.
Well, that's a no from me.
Yeah. I'm more interested in Dangana for West Brom than Pereira.
I'm more interested in that Palace signed. Forgot his name.
It's Dangana. Is he the one that
Eze or something?
Isn't he the one I saw the YouTube video of? Who's juggling the ball over his head? Mad, insane techers. Is that the same Dangana I'm thinking of?
It's him that West Ham let go, and Mark Noble went on his Twitter rant about it.
Yes, it is, I think.
Yeah, I don't know if I haven't seen that video, so
I think I have. Wiz, show us your team. We want a good laugh, says Stuart Ball in chat. There you go, Wiz.
You'll get a good laugh at 1 minute past 11 Saturday morning.
yeah, Stuart, if you look at screen now, you can have a laugh at my team if you want.
Yeah, it's a Brewster's on the bench. No news on Brewster. What's going to happen to him? Will he or won't he? I think he'd be perfect at Sheffield United if they got him on loan, or even West Brom or something. Newcastle obviously strengthened now. I'm looking. Yeah, do you think Dre? Do you think Brewster's going to be just in Klopp's plans, like you kind of mentioned, or do you think he's like?
So what I'm thinking is that the next 2 weeks are pivotal. I think right now, Sheffield United and Newcastle are front runners. I think that I don't think he'll move out of Liverpool so close to game week 1, but I expect him to move at game week 2 and 3. But things can change in this crazy transfer window.
It can indeed, as we have got a while to wait for that to update. Let me just quickly bring up Dre. Have you actually? Yeah, you have. Let's bring it. Paulie, just finally. I mean, that team is nowhere near your final draft. Surely, please tell me that is just a joke.
No, it's just them 4 that I've put the red round.
Yeah,
because I'm just worried about. Apparently, Tottenham are playing a load of games, aren't they? Like.
Get Ali out, mate. Get Ali out. Get Tierney in for Doherty. Get James Justin in for Ampadu. Can you stretch to a Chelsea midfielder maybe? Get Havertz in for Burke and get you're going to go with 5 midfield. Is that where you want to go? 3-5-2?
Yeah, that's the starting position I was looking at.
Maybe a Souček or Saka or something at 5.5, or Pt.2 or whatever people are raring on about at the moment. But just don't have Burke and Ampadu in your game week 1 team, mate, because you're not going to feel good. You're not going to feel good. You're going to feel like you're basically playing with 9 players. That's my opinion.
I'll fantasy football, but game week 1, it just really does me head in.
It does, but I think Wolves are going to beat Sheffield United, and I think it's going to be quite a comfortable win for them. I think they're pretty solid at the back, are Wolves, and even without Doherty, I think they'll do well to hold them out. And I don't know, Sheffield United never got much teeth about them, and I think it's going to be a very drab game, maybe a 1-0, maybe 2-0 to Wolves, but you know, I could be wrong, of course. But yeah, let's move on to Dre Zira.
Yo, bro.
Dre, you've always got your messenger icons up on your screen. It's always when you post a screenshot. You're such a social man, aren't you? I'm just jealous.
Yeah, man. I'm just here for the people. Or if it's that's hold on, let me see the screenshot. Yeah, that's shout out to my girlfriend there.
But can I ask a very quick question?
Uh-huh.
Right, when you have those icons on the screen, doesn't that mean there's people who you're talking to?
That's the people that I'm currently on the messenger right now. The
But
one above.
isn't that the person
that's
you?
the Hangouts. That's the Hangouts one.
Right.
So that's the one who's currently talking. So yeah.
Right. So I was going to say, like, you talking to yourself on Messenger?
No. The top one is Hangouts.
Right.
And the bottom one is just a normal messenger circle. That's
Perfect.
my girlfriend.
He's recording his new podcast. We're talking to his other self.
I'm really, really looking forward to hearing this podcast between you and Steve-O.
Yeah, it'll be coming out on the 21st of September. And the 22nd, if you are a member on Elite FPL.
There we go. Even more reason. McCarthy in goal, Alexander-Arnold, Doherty, Tierney. I like it already. I like it a lot. Son, Havertz, Saint-Maximin, Aubameyang. Oh, no Salah again. Brewster, but Brewster's wise. Brewster's there. Okay. Mitrovic, Werner. Okay, so it started off well, but then surprising Brewster. But of course, what's the plan with that then? Because he's not going to play, is he?
So,
Vokins.
legit speaking, I'm thinking to myself, you know what? I don't know if Vokins is going to have any minutes. I'm worried that Dallas might get spanked by Liverpool. And also, you never know. Brewster can play for like the last 3 minutes if the game is chill. But also, I kept the team in the hope that Brewster leaves, but it's not happening. And I've got Greenwood on the bench to most likely swap out Brewster for game week 2, just chilling. 1 million in the bank. I mean, Brewster can just chill, have a brew. I'm not too bothered because I'll get points off the bench. How many points? We'll find out after game week 1.
Wouldn't you just rather have Callum Wilson?
No, because that blows my budget. I've only got 1 million left.
You know, Brewster to Wilson and Greenwood downgrade.
No, Greenwood's chill. The Greenwood is chill for his price. He's fine. It's chill, man.
So
Also,
you're gonna have 10 players start game week 1. Well done, you've nerfed your team. You're 10 points down on game week 1 score to everyone else's average. How do you feel?
Well, I mean, to counter that, I feel that Vokins or Dallas will come off the bench, nab me 2 points. It's fine.
Guys, anyone else want to chip in on this? Because this is different. I mean, you're purposely you're gambling on Brewster coming off the bench for Liverpool and getting a goal.
Well, yeah. I mean, in this game, you got to gamble a little bit. I mean, I don't want to go too much into the grain, but I'm even if Bruce, go on, I'm listening.
Dre, this is madness.
I think
I am quite a mad thing.
He is a mad though. I think the only thing in my opinion, I'd move that 4-point spot to defense instead, and then just like stick a non-playing sort of 4-5 forward and on the third bench or something.
Yeah, I think at those prices, 4.5, 4.0. I mean, you have to go with a defender that plays and hopefully get something. Brewster comes on, mate. He's going to get 1 point, isn't he?
But then Brewster Yates could like come on and score. So
could
yeah. Miles Yates has added me asking about have they talked about the punishment for Foden and Greenwood yet? Well, my opinion is that I feel that Foden might get more harshly treated. But I feel that because of the fact there is an extra week for game week 2, I think at the very worst for Greenwood's case, I think he'll be on the bench because unlike Man City, Man United hasn't got a big enough squad to get him out of the squad entirely, whereas they can get Foden out of the squad, in my opinion.
Oh. You know what I'd do? I'd free up that Doherty money you got sitting there. You've already got Son in your team. Get Doherty out, bring a 4.5er in, and then upgrade. Boom.
I'll tell you what,
Che Adams.
Put if you're gonna make, oh no, because you're not. But I don't know. Play, you know what, bruv? Play your own game, G. You know,
Yeah.
that's what it's all about.
Downgrade
I see what you mean on the
to
Doherty
Ampadu.
point, but sorry. You said Ampadu, Paulie.
Downgrade Doherty to Ampadu.
Oh, God. Don't listen to
In all
Paulie, all right? He's not
seriousness-
thinking straight.
In all seriousness, I was semi-tempted by Oliver Burke instead of Maximin, but with West Ham in not looking that great at the moment, I'm really keeping with St. Maximin.
Oliver
Because the
Burke.
reason why I'm saying Oliver Burke, there is a reason. Apparently, so I was talking on Hangouts, and apparently Wilder has hinted that Oliver Burke might be playing as a striking role,
I
as a
think
striker.
that was I think it was Blonde that
That was
broke that
Blonde,
news.
yes,
Yeah,
that was Blonde.
absolutely.
Yeah, so if
Wait.
that actually happens and Burke does a mad thing, Burke could be a potential 4.5 option.
Right. So 16 games played in the... God, he's been around, isn't he? Oliver Burke.
Yes.
Been in the Bundesliga, Championship, La Liga. I don't know much about him.
Fire Tog in the chat, he's saying
He got
that
one
he's
goal in
been on it.
31 games.
Burke was the one in my team that no one really mentioned.
1 goal and 2 assists in 31 games in the La Liga.
Was you on that, Paulie? Sorry, man, I didn't even notice.
Yeah, well, it was one in midfield that I had like in red.
Ah, sorry,
I
mate.
look at Paulie. Paulie's ahead of the game.
I've got to admit, he's in my team as well.
There you go. See, secret Burke people out there.
What? Really?
Yeah, see, these are the
Are we
things that
serious?
happen. These are the things that happen in Discord, bro.
And that's all you're getting from me.
No, mate. No, Oliver Burke. Sorry, is not getting in anywhere near my team.
Okay.
Clip. We will clip this.
Clip
If Oliver Burke is in his team.
I
that
remember
in Game Week 3 when you're transferring Burke.
I remember when all the hype was on Pepe and all the hype was on Ceballos, and I joined in the Ceballos hype because people were going, there's a good chance he's going to be doing bits for Arsenal. Oliver Burke, his stats to me are bang average at best, and in the Premier League.
No. This information comes from a reliable Discord source.
Sorry,
I just
but-
don't get how
Musician.
you could. I just don't get how you could, in your right mind, look at Pepe at 9.5, the same price as Kevin De Bruyne, and say, "Yeah, I'm going to ban that." What was going through your head?
I never said. I know.
Exactly that.
I never said I jumped on that bandwagon. I was on about the Ceballos bandwagon because he was 7.5, wasn't he?
Oh, I thought you said Ceballos and Pepe bandwagon.
I said when people are jumping on the Pepe bandwagon and the Ceballos bandwagon, I jumped on the Ceballos one.
Do you remember the Ross Barkley one?
Oh yeah, I remember that. Oh, it was the return of Barkley because I can't remember he scored that great goal, but I can't remember it was against now. But
Ross Barkley.
I'm sure we've had more than one Theo Walcott sort of bandwagon.
Theo
Walcott, God, the biggest troll ever.
The one thing to say about Sheffield United is that Sheffield United got a lot of quote-unquote average players that we bought from last season, and maybe average works best for Chris Wilder because they play for the team, and you never know. But could be a gem like Lundstrom, even though Lundstrom was mainly a gem because he was mispositioned. But
I'll tell you what, if he plays up front and at 4.5, he's a great option to have on the bench.
I mean, at that price, it's worth it, isn't it? You're not losing out on anything.
Is he 4.5? Is he 4.5?
Yeah,
Then,
Yeah.
4.5, yeah.
then he's a great bench option, 100%.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Job done.
that's it. That is it. I wouldn't be putting him in my starting team. No way.
No. It's not about that.
No, it's too. But I mean, he could work out to be a regular option up front for Sheffield United.
Could,
and you've got him
yeah.
at 4.5. So
No, I
And he's a midfielder, so
Exactly.
I see that logic, but I certainly wouldn't be having him anywhere near my starting 11. Paulie's a genius. Jay Zara, what are you doing, man? Stop influencing the chat. Right, moving on. Harbour Boy, how you do? Right, Harbour Boy, have you posted your team, my friend?
Yep, it should be in there.
It's in there. Where is it? Oh yeah, I see it. Harbour Boy's team coming up next. Ryan, Alexander Arnold, Doherty, Robertson, Walker Peters. Yes. Ryan, blah, 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 blah. Anyway. Ali, Aubameyang, Havertz, Mitrovic, Calvert-Lewin, and Werner. Ooh, Calvert-Lewin. Look at that bench. Foden. Taylor.
assassin.
Interesting. Talk to me, Harbour Boy. What's going on here? There's some very interesting decisions being made. Ali, Calvert-Lewin, and obviously benching Foden. Obviously, Foden, 6.5. I think he's going to be possibly one of the bargains of the season. Calvert-Lewin bolstered Everton attack. Fixtures could they do ease up for them? How close is this from your guaranteed game week 1 starting team, Harbour Boy?
I think it's pretty close. I think maybe Ali is the one I'm not sure about, but I don't like planning in transfers, so I like the idea of having Foden, and I think Taylor's the best 4.5 defender, so having him in there. I do think the value is in the premium defenders. What you get for 6 or 7 mil there beats anything you get in any other position. And I hate having dud 4.5 forwards, so I kind of have to go with 3 forwards, which means going for 3 in the midfield and no room for Zaha.
If I was to pick any holes in this team, it would be with Ryan. I think the fixtures are a mixed bag. It's obviously a lot of it's between the two. McCarthy don't want to double up on Southampton. I understand that you haven't got the spare money to go up to maybe Ramsdale or anyone like that. So I think really, if I was trying to pick a hole, it'd be with Ali. But what's Ali? Remind me, is he 7.5?
He's 8.
He's 8.
He's 8. I could squeeze 0.5 out somewhere and go the triple for Pulisic, triple Chelsea. I think if Chelsea are as good as they say, then that's insane value in those Chelsea attackers. But it's a big punt because if that's your consideration between having triple Chelsea or having Ali, then I probably would stick with Ali for that 8 million price tag. I think my only question is how and where to get Manchester United in. It might be that there's no room for Manchester United in this team.
Yeah, you've got money spread around quite a bit in that team. You've got the 12 million price point with Aubameyang that could be switched out to once likes of KDB, Salah. Just looking at it, your flexibility is limited. You've got Alexander-Arnold, Robertson in defence, and Doherty, so there's a lot of money there. So if Man City were to start banging in the goals and you wanted to get in one of like Sterling, KDB, or even Aguero, you're gonna have to take hits, or you're gonna have to wait over multiple game weeks. In which point you might lose out on price rises anyway. You have got Foden on the bench that we are not, obviously not talking about at the moment. So you've already one step into that City team. But as a whole, I can't really pick too much of a problem with that team, to be honest. These are silly little niggles like Ryan. He could end up getting like crazy saves against Chelsea because I expect Brighton to be up against the Kosh against Chelsea. I think Chelsea can have much of the possession. And Ryan might get you 4 or 5 points in that game just from saves. So, yeah.
The goalkeeper gets to 4 or 5 points a game across the
You're
season.
happy.
That's a
You're
pretty good return.
Nehal and Kukani in the chat has donated $199. Ali and Suchek or St. Maximin and Barnes for game week 2.
Maximin and Barnes for me, I think.
Yeah, ASM and Barnes for me too. So myself and Dread saying ASM and Barnes. Wiz?
Find some other players, please.
Paulie? Paulie's gone to sleep. Dre?
Yeah, I'll agree with you guys.
There we go. Nice and convincing. Yeah, I think the ASM Barnes for me. I mean, Ali, it wouldn't be that surprising if he didn't play the whole game. Suchek, yeah, again, he is a good player for West Ham, but Witchy Wiz doesn't like him. He doesn't like, but yeah, out of the two, Barnes and Sir Maximin for me are much more better options.
I don't
what
like
do you
either,
think of Sandberg at Sheffield United at 5 million a neighbour? Oh, someone just said he was injured.
Who would you go with, G-Wiz?
Yeah, I'd have to agree. ASM and Barnes.
Out of the two, if you had to go with one. No midfielder. Yeah. Good luck with that, says the Englishman in the chat.
No, what midfielder?
No Liverpool midfielder. Good luck with that.
Oh.
How have you got?
Okay.
Harbour Boy, how are you responding?
It's not Pokemon. You can't have them all.
Hey, you're stealing my line. Stealing my line, man. Right. Okay. Right. Moving on. So yes, the guys in the chat. We have 696 people tuning in. This is madness. This is crazy. And how many likes have we got right now? Drazera, what are we on? Hello?
We are on 112 likes.
We have got nearly 700 people tuning in. We're only on 112 likes. What's happening, guys? Hit that like button. Hit that subscribe button. Let's see how many subscribers we're on right now. Let's do a live check at what subscribers we are on. Does anyone have a guess? We are on 4,721. We are on the road to 5,000 subscribers, guys. If everybody hit the subscribe button now that's watching, that isn't subscribed, how many subscribers can we get? It's a little game. Right, guys, in the chat, guys, right now, moderators, how many subscribers do you think we can get in the next 5 minutes?
I reckon I'd go in 5 minutes.
5 minutes.
I reckon 50.
50. 4,721. You said 50. Wiz?
84.
84. Wow, that's really specific. Paulie? Thank you, Paulie. Drazera?
Well, let's get positive, guys. 180.
Harbour Boy?
73.
73. Right. Okay. Remember what you said. Okay. I'll come back in 5 minutes time. Right. 5 minutes time, guys. Moving on. Let's read some of the guys' questions out in the chat because that's what we like to do here. Oh, wow. 30, 44, 20. 200 likes minimum needed, said Ad Whitfield in the chat. We've got Lucas Spadoni. Calvert-Lewin thoughts. Good player. Fixtures will ease up. I think people early wild cards will be bringing him in, personally. Wait and see for Everton, though. Wait and see. So many times we fall for the Everton trap. Oh, Everton. Their fixtures look good. Let's get in their players. Oh, they're not playing very well. Needs to get them out again. Ali and Ziyech plus Ings versus Son, Bruno and Adams. Oh, wow. Obviously, you're talking about season onwards. So, for what we know, Ali and Ziyech and Ings versus Son, Bruno and Adams. Son, Bruno and Adams for me. Guys?
Yeah, I'd go with that, yeah.
Anyone disagree? No? Okay. Likes coming through. Why is Suchek not a good shout? Says Christopher Moon. Why is Suchek not a good shout, Wiz?
Fixtures.
Yeah.
There's doubt over whether he'll even make it as well. And yeah, it's enough to put me off.
Well, I think he's been confirmed as being unable to play. But
Good luck with that.
he is a very important part of West Ham.
Yeah. I can't disagree with that.
Where's man? You've been on holiday. You got to be in a good mood. Come on, you're gonna win. You're gonna win the league.
West Ham win the league, not in my lifetime, mate.
Not in your lifetime.
No.
Okay. Ziyech is injured. Apparently, I hear he's a bit of a lightweight as well. Says the Englishman. Areola Price, and when will he be an option? Don't know, and don't know. What do you think of John Joe Kenny? Not interested.
Not an FPL.
Who starts in goal for Chelsea? Kepa or Caballero? Kepa.
I'd say Kepa.
Werner, Lacazette, Mitrovic up front. Good. Apart from Lacazette. Javi. Is Vardy... What, Vardy? Nobody's talking about Jamie Vardy. Why is nobody talking about Jamie Vardy, guys?
I think
Why?
it's because Leicester's form in like this year, like this calendar year, hasn't been inspirational. So I think that's possibly why. I don't know. Is Maddison fit?
I think he is.
See? Well, if Maddison's there,
I think Maddison's fit, isn't he, guys? I'm gonna check now.
I don't know. I mean, if Maddison's there, then yeah, I don't see Vardy.
I think he's flagged at 50% with hip.
50%.
Yeah, I don't think he's going to make it.
Oh.
If Maddison's not playing, then not for me.
Oh, I thought that the game has come too soon for James Maddison, apparently. That's not good. But still, people are talking about him.
Can you remind me, Jason, of Leicester's first 4 fixtures, please?
Oh, you're trying to prove a point.
No, I just don't know.
Right, Leicester start off away at West Brom.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, you know what? Why are people not looking at Jamie Vardy? Go on,
West Brom, yep.
A home to Burnley.
At home to Burnley, yep. And then
away at Man City.
Mm-hmm.
Away at Man City, and then at home to West Ham.
Thank you very much.
And then at home to Aston Villa.
They apart from the City game.
Jamie Vardy flying under the radar, people not even looking at him.
But I mean, how much
is that gets a hat trick game week 1? Is he going to be the man that gets 2 or 3 goals game week 1 when Salah blanks? When Aubameyang blanks? It's going to be scenes, isn't it? Harvey blinking Barnes, Ronnie, you're barking up the right tree there, mate. You really are. Thoughts on Ings? Brilliant player. Brilliant FPL player. Is Kane worth 10.5, says Fan Preleg.
I wouldn't pay that much for a defender.
Centre midfielder, innit?
On a good day.
I think Harry Kane is one of those that you when you bring him in, he plays deep, and when you take him out, he scores 2 goals. And you just smash your head against the wall, thinking, why can't I ever get it right? And why is FPL such a cruel game?
Oh. Or it'll be the type of player, because I remember this one time. I think I had him captained for a game like against Cardiff. And I think it was Cardiff at home. Yeah. And then
did nothing.
He blanked in that. I may have got rid of him, which yes, I believe I did. And then he may have scored like 1 against Liverpool, 1 against Man City, you know what I mean? It's just like, oh, do me a favour. And then blank against Brighton and and them kind of teams.
Dilligaff to you says Firmino looking like a good looking good pre-season, 4.1% owned. Firmino, again, we talk about him a lot as a player, great, but in FPL he's just not. He's not for me. He's not the FPL asset you want, because he's heavily involved in Liverpool's build-up, but he's not the one that assists. Normally, he's not the one that scores.
You can get better assets for that price.
It's all wide. It's all down the width between Salah and Mane, mainly Salah. Aubameyang won't blank against Fulham. Trust me, the Englishman says in the chat.
At what price, if Firmino was a midfielder, would you consider him for your team?
7.5.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Yeah.
At what price? At what price would you consider Harry Kane? I'm going to go 9 million.
As a midfielder?
No, as a striker.
As a striker,
10. In the game as it is today, 10.
I'd have to go with Jason and say 9.
I think to have him on my team, definitely 9 million. But I think 9.5 is a good price for him.
Yeah, I'd lean.
I know all the Spurs fans are going to go mental. Be like, you know nothing. Harry Kane's a brilliant striker. I mean, 10.5. Is it cheap enough already? I don't know. He's just not turning that many heads, is he? Davis from Spurs or Egan for the first 2 game weeks. Davis.
Egan for me.
Davis.
Harry will prove. I hope he does, fan. And I tell you now, bring him in and captain him, fan. Go on, you know you want to do it. Come on the show and then rub my face in it on the Sunday surgery and tell me how wrong I was, but for shaming Harry Kane.
Yeah, good luck with that.
Son over Kane, I agree. David Hayes, Son over Kane.
All day long and twice on Sundays.
I don't think Ali will be doing well, says Mohammed in the chat. Ali is a frustrating player. He can show glimpses of greatness, and then he can just be flat average for like 2/3 of the season. Traore has had no pre-season. Traore's not been in anyone's considerations, no serious considerations anyway. Is Mount a good shout for game week 1? Now the news that Ziyech is not going to feature. I think Mount is not a bad shout. How much is Mount? Is he 7.7?
Yeah.
Is he 7?
7, yeah.
Mount, if you've got no more money, Mount's not a bad. Not if you've got 7 million and you've got a slot available in midfield, and you're happy with your team, Mason Mount's a good option.
I had a few drafts with Mount in. Yeah, I like him.
At that price, I would also consider adding to my watch list Wilfried Zaha, to be honest.
What's going on with Zaha? Has he handed in his request?
I don't know.
I'm sure. I don't know if I was dreaming it.
It came out and said that he's wanting to join Everton or something.
Yeah, part of the project
and stuff. Yeah,
under Ancelotti, he wanted to be under Ancelotti's project or something. Yeah, he has.
Oh,
Zaha requests. No, that's 2019. Sorry, never mind. Yeah, he did come out and say he wanted to be under Ancelotti's project. I'm pretty damn sure I read that.
I think that pretty much, for me, marks him out as any sort of an option for my team.
There's not been any real news on Zaha. No real news on Zaha. I don't know. I think that's a transfer waiting to happen if you bring him in. Nahal says...
To be honest,
Nahal with a donation. Very quickly, Wiz, before you on your point, Nahal is kindly... Where is it? There is... Adams and Ings for game week 1. Ings to Martial for game week 2. Thoughts? Adams and Ings game week 1. Ings to Martial game week 2. Perfectly fine. Perfectly logical. I love Martial. You're going to ask me to talk about Martial. I'll talk to you about Martial. He is a quality player. And he's going to have a quality season. Trust me. Take that to the bank. You'll be all having him in your team come game week 7. Right. 4-3-3 or 3-4-3, says Shrenik Ganguly. Depends on the players, mate. It all depends on the players. It really is. Wiz, what are you going to say?
No, it's just on the Zaha point. You'd be better off stretching the extra $500,000 and just gambling on James. Love that player.
Right, moving on to the subscribers of the show. Can you all remember how many you said?
I said 50.
84.
84. Who guessed lower than 84?
I did.
Paulie, what did you say? No, Dread. What did you say? Sorry.
I said 50.
Anyone guess lower than 50?
What's
No,
it for?
I guessed the lowest stuff, I think.
Can you believe it? Out of all the people that are watching, if this is true, we've only had... This is shameful, guys. This is shameful. What is going on? 19 subs. 19!
Pull your finger out.
What it means is that all of our subscribers have watched our show. That's what it is.
Yeah.
That's what it means.
All right, I'll let you off.
But if you're new here and you haven't already hit that subscribe button, did you know that 55% of all of our viewers are not subscribed to the show? Did you know? All you need to do is press that little button and the notification bell, and it works. There we go. You'll be notified when we go live. Just subscribe, says Shrenek. Says, oh, thank you so much, dude. Well, so close. King Cunted 20. You win a participation trophy. Today is sub evening, says Andre Johansson. Here we go. The subscribers are starting to come in now. Midfielder for 8 million, says Rohil. Well, I would have said Ziyech, but now I would probably go with... Oh, that's an awkward price point, isn't it? 8 million.
Yeah, I've had Willian in a few drafts, to be honest.
Willian.
Yeah. Although I'm not sure.
Dele
Alli, go for Ali.
Yeah, Ali at 8 million, yeah. Ali probably is your best bet. What are we saying about Rodrigo as a 6 million striker? Not a lot. It's all about the Mitro love at the moment for some reason. Bruno or Martial to bring in for game week 2. Consistency, go Bruno. For explosiveness, go Martial. Right, let's bring a caller on. One of you guys want to pick a... Hey, what's that, Wiz? You off?
Yeah, I'm going to have to love you and leave you, but thanks for having me, bro.
Mate, I hope to see you at the weekend, yeah?
Oh, definitely. 1 minute past 7.
Sounds good, man. See you then. Take care, dude.
All right. Take it easy. Bye-bye.
All the best, viewers.
Nice to hear from you, Wiz.
Are you going to stay in the chat here, guys? Dominic Ward donated through Super Chat. Werner, Son or Kane Havertz? Werner, Son or Kane and Havertz? Werner, Son all day long. Werner, Son all day long. Werner, Son all day long. Here we go. Let's get a chant going. My throat is so dry. I'm gonna have to get a drink in a minute. I think the subs. Right? Do you want to hear a story? Shall I share a story that I think?
Go on.
I think the channel subscriber thing is not working because I've just seen 2 subscribers come through on the alert, but I've not seen anything. So that we could have had more than 19, but I don't know.
When it started, you're at 4.69 and it's showing 4.74 now.
Anyhow, let's move on to get a caller on. Who would you like to have on first, guys? Let's see we got in there.
Let's get on.
Shall we have...
I was thinking quiet strippers, just maybe. See that?
Yeah, let's get Anish on the show.
That's Anish, innit?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good evening, Anish. What's going on?
How's it going, guys?
Anish,
welcome, Anish.
Thank you for coming on the show this evening. Are you prepared for game week 1? Are you calm, or are you going to be part of the meltdown on Friday, Saturday?
No, I'm all set for game week 1. There's only
not going to change anything. Is it locked?
Only one position maybe that will change. That's it.
Only one position that's going to change in Anish's team. And what's that?
Yeah. Let me just look at it again. I can't remember.
He doesn't remember.
It is most like
the
Suchek spot. The Suchek spot is going to probably change if he's.
Why?
I'm not too sure if he will 100% play or not.
He'll play. It's been confirmed.
I know he said he's available, but they said that he hasn't trained much.
You got more money in the bank, Anish?
Yeah, I've got 1.5 in the bank.
It's all right, mate. You can bring Rashford in.
They've said that this ex-West Ham employee or something like that, that's his name, he's a leaker for West Ham, and he said that Suchek's hardly trained.
Hardly trained and didn't train are 2 different things.
What's your plans for the bank money?
That's going towards the Game Week 3 moves. That
Are
will
you
go towards my
confident?
game
Are you
too.
confident? So who would you transfer him for them?
Who, Suchek?
Yeah.
Probably Dendonka or Burke of Sheffield United. Because I want to keep it at that 5 million price point.
It's hard, isn't it?
Because-
Really hard at that price point, dude. Burke, I think Suchek's the best option out of those three players you mentioned. Then Dendonka, Burke, or Suchek. I'd be going with Suchek all day long. All day long.
Because I need that 1.5 in the bank for my Game Week 3 moves.
Stick with it, man. Stick with it. Don't nerf your team. I mean, by all means, Burke could play up front and score a goal, and you'll be thinking, I knew I should have done it, but I can't see it happening.
Yeah, I think Suchek. I'd play Suchek every game week anyway.
I'm just going to quickly get a drink. So, guys, Paulie, Dre, go ahead and look at his team and share the thoughts. 2 seconds, be right back.
Right, let's have a look at this team. Let's have a look.
Anish, I'm interested in why you've gone Johnson in net and Lewis. I know he's only just signed, but has he actually been training with Norwich?
Well, they haven't got a left back, have they?
True.
So
Yeah,
Jamal
but-
Lewis is going to have to play.
But like you've just been saying something about Suchek's not being training, so he might not play. So if Lewis has not been training, then is he going?
But he's had pre-season games with Norwich.
Yeah, that's what
that's
I'm asking. Has he
that's
actually played? Has he actually played with Norwich?
Yeah, he has played with Norwich.
That's all right.
Wouldn't
So
you
he's had
prefer to
minutes.
go with like a defender for Newcastle who's proven and tested sort of thing, just in case?
Do you say you definitely have to have 1.5 in the bank?
Yeah, for my Game Week 3 moves, yeah.
And who's your game week 3 moves?
Aubameyang and either Jimenez or Werner to KDB and Aguero.
Oh.
I think
So
Werner
I'll be
should
doing
be a
that
secret
I'll be
keeper.
doing that for free for 2 transfers in Game Week 3.
Yeah, I'm agreeing with Paulie here. I think Werner has the hallmarks of a season keeper. Don't nudge him, don't budge him, keep him chill.
I said Jimenez or Werner, so it's one of the two that's going to go.
It's a tough one, isn't it? Both.
I mean, at 5.5, you could get in a nice Saka, possibly.
Yeah, I
But,
could do that as well. But I don't
you
have that
really
money for the moves.
it just so your plans are all about saving that 1.5 to do those upgrades, or
'cause
some would
now
say
then-
changes.
Because I know other people take hits or use transfers to take hits to get those players in, so I'd rather do it on a free transfer. If I'm not keen on Salah, then I don't really. If I'm not keen on Salah, I'm not going to captain him. Then I think I'd rather have the United player on the bench.
I think that for someone that's got Rashford on the bench, your team's looking relatively strong. Starting off game week 1, obviously don't have Salah. You're not scared of not owning Salah, Anish?
No, I'm more. The only player that I'm fearful of is Mane. That's it.
Mane?
Yeah,
Wow.
Mane, because he's shown the fitness. I was even talking about Firmino in my team, probably.
Really?
Maybe.
I agree with.
Let's calm down. Let's
Anish.
calm down, Anish. All right, you've already got Rashford on the bench and 1.5 in the bank. You don't want to be talking about Firmino as well. Otherwise, you're going to be in the same bank of crazy as Paulie for having Ampadu and Burke in the team. All right, let's calm it down. Let's bring it back to level-headedness right now. Okay, you don't need to downgrade Souček. Keep him in your team. Save your 1.5. Do your transfers game week 3. Keep Rashford there. I think your plan's good. I think you don't need to be talked out of your plan. You don't need to be. I mean, if that's what you want to do, commit to it, because you can't have both. You can't have the best of both worlds. So you can't have Mane.
That's the thing.
And just pray and just don't watch the Liverpool game, right? Just don't watch it. Go on a
I can't
walk.
watch it anyway. I'm always working.
Go on a walk somewhere, all right? Turn your phone off. Go see the countryside.
And enjoy a hat trick of Alexander-Arnold.
Yeah, with no Mane involvement.
Oh, man.
But thank you ever so much, Anish, for just sharing your team. I think, just stick with it, man. We're going to get a few callers tonight, so I need to move on.
No worries. Thanks for having me.
Speak to you soon, mate. Lots of people joining the waiting room. Wow. Craziness. Craziness. Wow, you've got Legendary Sosa. Legendary Sosa is here. He's live on the show. Legendary, is your team set for game week 1? You got your mic muted, my friend. You just need to unmute your mic. Will he talk? That is the question. Legendary, can you hear me? 3, 2, 1. Oh, no, he's not there. Okay, there you go. A note to self. Don't bring anyone in that's got their mic muted. Crazy Jack. I haven't spoke to Crazy Jack for a while. Crazy Jack. Good evening, buddy.
You all
right? If you haven't got Lacazette in your team, I'm going to be very disappointed. Oh, my God. Where is he?
I thought you said you wanted to stop talking about Lacazette every time I join the call.
Yeah, I have. I've already stopped talking about him. I want to talk about why you've got Fernandes in your starting lineup.
Well, the bench.
You'll get an assist.
Mate, yeah, he's going to get an assist. No, he's just there. Just so I just make sure I know he's there. But, yeah, that's the team. 2.5 mil in the bank, ready for Son De Bruyne. And then, yeah, go from there.
2.5 million in the bank?
Yeah, but that's for Son to KDB.
Why not just have one of Salah and Mane and then just go down to KDB? I think one of Salah and Mane could be...
I don't have enough. Oh, I mean, I could do Fernandes down, I guess.
Well, I suppose because you like prepared for.
Oh, you got 11.5, haven't you? You got 11.5 in the bank if you do that.
Yeah.
Take Son out. Right. Okay.
Yeah.
I think you're planning ahead, but you might miss out on points. I mean, double Liverpool defense. This is the question: Will Leeds score? And if they do, will it matter? Because Alexander-Arnold and Robertson are essentially midfielders for Liverpool. Saiss and Zuma, Meslier in goal. I don't like it.
Well, Meslier's... Every time people talk about Meslier and Leeds, they just think of the Liverpool game. You got to think long term. That's why I got Meslier. He's long term. He's set and forget. I think
is he guaranteed? Is he the guaranteed starter as well? I think he is, isn't he?
Yeah. And long term, I think they're going to be better defenses than Southampton and Brighton for 4.5 mil.
Right, Liverpool away, Fulham at home with Mitrovic.
Sheffield United away. You got to think long term now.
You've got to think long term, yes, but you don't believe in making a goalkeeper transfer, no?
No. Unless I'm like wild carding for double game week.
And you're not going to be doing an early wild card, say, for the international break?
Probably not, no.
Probably not, because it falls perfectly for Meslier in.
No.
You don't have much of a bench, Crazy Jack. Especially with Bruno not playing.
Well, I mean, Mitchell will play. I mean, that's all I need him there, just for game week 1.
Mitchell, I mean, right, I'm going to say right now that this team is going to have I'm going to predict it's going to be a average, maybe below average score of around about 48 points, 50 points maybe.
Okay, I mean, what's that?
My worries are just where the points are going to come from. So you've got Son, yes. Aubameyang, yes. Werner, yes.
Yeah.
So maximum you're hoping for points at that price point, 5.5. Obviously, they have bolstered with Callum Wilson now, and Souček. I mean, with the likes of Mitchell coming on for Fernandes, I'm struggling to see where your main point scorers are going to be outside the three of Werner, Aubameyang, Son. Maybe, obviously, Alexander-Arnold, Robertson could get you something in that game. Would not be surprised if that clean sheet gets lost in that opening game at home to Leeds, because I think Leeds aren't going to just lay down and take it. I think they're going to give a bit of a fight, and first game of the season, it could be an interesting one.
You're just thinking of the first. You're just thinking of the first game week.
I am thinking of the first game week, and I'm much aware that you've got Fernandes already in your team prior. You're thinking for game week 2, and you're planning ahead. You're probably looking at maybe moving Aubameyang for KDB. Is that right?
No, Son for KDB.
Sorry, Son to KDB, and then Aubameyang possibly out again.
I think
one of the midfielders for. Well, he is. Yeah, but all I'm saying is if Liverpool or Mane start banging, that's your avenue in, isn't it? That's your only avenue in. Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, I can see that. But I mean, starting off, I think you're kind of your plan is a sound plan, but I think you're nerfing your team for the first couple of game weeks a little bit. Because even if you do the Son to KDB, have Fernandes in, what formation are you going to be playing? You're going to be playing a 4.
Oh, the 4-5-1, yeah.
5-1 constantly.
Yeah, I don't like the forwards. Like besides Werner.
Really?
No. And if Brewster becomes, it gets a little.
Like Ings, Jimenez, you like any of those options, or Vardy, like we talked about long term?
Not really, no. And I'm thinking if Bruce
at 7.5.
No, but I would rather have KDB for that. But long term, if Brewster gets transferred, then him and Souček could be like the 11th player. I'll just rotate between them two.
Is Zuma playing? Is he starting? I don't know.
Yeah, he's well, especially with Thiago Silva being flagged as lack of fitness, he's most likely to be the partner of Thiago Silva. He's guaranteed now, pretty much, if Thiago Silva's been lined up.
But isn't really if Thiago Silva's not going to play, is he?
No, but Zuma is meant to be the one that's to partner
Rudiger.
Thiago Silva with. It's meant to be Thiago Silva with Zuma, not Thiago Silva Rudiger.
But for game week 1, you're planning ahead, and you're possibly Zuma. Let's say for the sake of argument that Zuma does play, fair enough. But you're still going to have Mitchell off the bench. You're still going to have Saiss.
Saiss. Probably like nailed on for 5 mil for Wolves. Because the Vinagre isn't
no attacking threat from him at all.
From Saiss?
No. You've gone big at the back with Robertson, Alexander-Arnold, but I think you're weak in your midfield.
Well, for 5 mil for defenders, if you get 6 points, are you disappointed?
No, but I think I tried to get that 0.5 and bring in the likes of maybe Tierney, personally. If I'm looking to spend 5 mil, I'd be trying to push to 5.5.
Well, no, because my idea is, obviously, I would love Chilwell, but he's not playing. So the idea is, once Chilwell's active, I'll probably grade Robertson to Van Dijk and then get Zuma to Chilwell. Because I think long-term Chelsea's going to be really good. But obviously, because I don't want Thiago now, because I think Robertson will just do better for the games he'll play.
I just think that this could be problems, man. I don't know. I've just got this feeling. I mean, can someone step in and give me their thoughts? Because dread.
I see what you're getting at. Because I mean, you said you're going to go Son to
De Bruyne.
So you're going to have like 3 sort of like really high priced midfielders.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think that stretches it just a bit too
and who
much.
are the talismans? You got to bear in mind they're the talismans of those 3 clubs, and then with Liverpool,
I completely understand that. I do understand that, but I still think that it weakens the team too much. It really does. And that's my take on it, because I looked at that and everything, and I like it, because I mean Fernandes is like, if he does what he did, like last when he came in, I mean for his price he could potentially get pretty close to like your Sterlings and Salahs and everything at the end of the season. What do you think it would be like, as long as Manchester still get the penalties to go with it, obviously? But I can see the thinking behind having Fernandes and everything, but to then have another 2 at that same price bracket, it's too much for me. I can't manage that way. But if you can manage that way and that's your style, then yeah, go for it. There's no reason why it can't work. Because I mean, it's not as if there aren't lots of teams out there with that haven't got Maximin and Souček. So,
have you had this draft for a while, Jack?
Before I had ultra midfield, so it was Greenwood, Salah, De Bruyne, Aubameyang, and Werner and Souček.
What, and you benched Greenwood and De Bruyne?
No. So it would have been Greenwood on the bench and then De Bruyne. The De Bruyne transfer is going to be the first one.
Right. Okay. So you're
this
set with this tactic then. You set with the tactic of having a United player, benching the United player, and then bringing in KDB game week 2.
Yeah, that's 100%.
Then I would do Greenwood then.
No, but I'm not sure.
Money up, man.
I'm not sure if Greenwood's going to play.
He'll play, man.
I tell you what, I'm really interested in is your goalkeeper pick.
That's long term. People are looking at Leeds and looking at Liverpool, Man City in the first 4. Like when they have McCarthy long term, they're going to be like, "Oh well, that's nothing." Leeds are a better defensive team than Southampton and Brighton.
Oh,
they are a better defensive team.
Can you clip that?
But how much? Yeah, but you've not got anything to go on because they've not been in doing it in the Premier League. Obviously, in the Championship they were, but in the Premier League it's a whole different kettle of fish. And
well, if you want to go off Sheffield, they were the best defensive team when they came up and they showed it. Obviously, they had Henderson. I'm not saying I think Henderson's a better goalkeeper than Meslier. But the 10 games he played, he had 8 clean sheets, granted it's Championship, but still going on from that. Leeds are built on a defensive team.
You know,
they are a defensive team.
So this is probably an obvious question. You're a Leeds fan?
No.
Okay, that's interesting because I've been having Leeds fan in Discord, and they're very positive about the defensive capabilities of their team. And then you're not a Leeds fan, but you're saying the same.
I watched because I follow the Swans, and obviously they're in the Championship, and Leeds just known for just being a defensive team. They were awful up front because they had Bamford. He's a donkey, but now they got Rodriguez, so they could be better. But defensively, they were a sound team.
See, this might be something that I need to learn because I automatically have like a mental block on a team coming up in the Premiership for their first season, and then like thinking of them in like being good defensively, like in FPL terms.
Okay, before fixtures, were you considering the Leeds players because of what you heard in the Championship?
Jack, one thing I will say is that you're a man of principles. Okay, last season you were harping on about Lacazette, and it was kind of a case of like you were being patient with him. You kept faith with him. You were just saying he was the best in attack for Arsenal, and that it would be stupid for him to be dropped. Blah 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 blah. You were stubborn, in my opinion, in keeping him. Can you? And do you think that you need to have more of an open mind when it comes to your selections in FPL? Just an honest question, because I'm an open book when it comes to FPL. I listen to other people's advice and their opinions, and I genuinely am interested in hearing your thoughts.
Yeah, by all means. But what do you feel like? Is it because there's names you've seen on you that aren't normal?
No. Well,
because a lot of teams aren't. How many teams have you seen with Meslier, Saiss, and Zuma in the same team?
Exactly, yeah. So Meslier, Saiss, and Zuma, for me, they're like, wow, okay, so that's different. And different isn't bad. Different can be really good, especially in FPL. But what I see is Aubameyang, and I see Son, and I see that's it. Werner, Aubameyang, Son as your attacking line. That's all I really see. And
that's only because of Game Week 1. I'm not thinking of Game Week 1. I'm just having it just because I have to.
But are you prepared to drop points Game Week 1 to gain and claw them back to draw probably to probably maybe even scrape maybe not even that over successive game weeks by transferring in KDB for Son and have Bruno Fernandes for Game Week 2? Are you willing to drop the necessary? I guess that's the question. That's the question I want to ask you. are you willing to take the risk in dropping 20 points game week 1 on people that have got like Salah, Mane, maybe even Mitrovic, maybe even Ings? We all know Ings is capable of scoring 2 goals. Most people can have Werner in their team anyway, so that's not much of a different pick there. But in terms of the question on us, are you happy with dropping, say, 20 points game week 1 to have Fernandes, De Bruyne game week 2 in your team?
Yeah, like it's the first game week, so 6 weeks apart. We don't know how teams are going to perform. Maybe some will perform better than others, but for the first game week to beat the prices, because Fernandes and De Bruyne are going to be the top 2 highest increases for Man City and Man United. They are naturally, whether you play it or not, play FPL, they're gonna be the first ones to buy. So having them in ready is sorted.
Adam Wheeler in chat says, back your decisions. You've made them for a reason, and I'm inclined to agree. If you're happy with your thought process, you've taken information you may have got elsewhere. You've seen Leeds play last year, or you've looked into Leeds and how they've played, how they set up very defensively. You look at Meslier as an option. Maybe he'll get lots of saves. Maybe he'll get lots of points. If you're happy with your decisions, I mean, the Alisson-Arnold pick, Robertson, yes. Absolutely. Who can argue about those? Aubameyang, yes. Son. Souček, we know at that price point is probably the best price point player at 5 million. Saint-Maximin at 5.5. He's one of the top there at 5.5, along with a couple of others like Saka. But Werner, I mean, for Chelsea, like I think Chelsea, you've said it yourself, you think they're going to have a storm of a season. But I think if you're happy with what you've set up to achieve, and that's having Man United, Fernandes, KDB coming in for Son game week 2, if you're happy with that strategy and you're happy to have Saiss in your team, Saiss, who's basically... Saiss is just basically going to get you a clean sheet max. You're not going to get anything else from Saiss.
He's a wing back, though. He'll play up.
Zuma...
Zuma I get because he's centre back, but Zuma's there because I can't. No,
is he going to be nailed in that team when Thiago Silva's back? Is it going to be Silva Rudiger?
No, because Zuma is above Rudiger. I don't understand this. Zuma is 100% above Rudiger. If you look at the minutes they played, like he's played more. He is their better player. He is their better centre back. They need him because he's the faster player. They need him to cover Thiago Silva.
But Wolves play as a wing back. So Saiss is inside. Is inside left centre back, isn't he? He's not. He doesn't play wing back. He's not. He doesn't bomb forward, does he, Saiss?
Oh, okay. Well, if you could on the lines of Doherty and stuff, then no. But he still gets up the field. He got goals. He got assists. But that's what I mean. You got to ask yourself, for $5 million, you got a nailed on Wolves defender.
Yeah, I can understand that bit.
Okay.
If you could get a consistent for for $5 million, if you could get a consistent 6 points, because everyone's talking about you have to have a Wolves defender. If you can get a consistent 6 points with $5 million, would you take it every week?
Well, if I was really looking to save money on Wolves, I'd be looking very close to what's happening with Vinagre. Of course, he's looking to probably go.
Oh no, that's what I mean. That's why I went up. That's why I went up a bit more to get Saiss. Because I know he's going to play. And I think, well, technically Cody's absolute nailed on, but Saiss has more attack threat than Cody.
Okay. I'm going to go back to my point. I've given my opinion. I don't like this team. That's my opinion. Okay? I wouldn't do what you're doing. But that is not a bad thing. Because if you get lucky with it, you're going to be getting green arrows. I'm going to get red arrows. So nobody knows the key formula. Nobody's got the magic wand that can tell you, or the crystal ball that's going to tell you everything's going to happen. But if you're happy with your plan for game week 2 onwards, then stick with it and don't change it. Coming on here and telling me your thoughts, that's all I want. That's all I care about. And I respect you for coming on here and telling me your thought process. And I respect you for going through with it. All right? So thank you ever so much, Crazy Jack, for coming on, because this has been a very different team to what we normally see. It's got a lot of differentials in it. Some people will criticize it. Other people will applaud your thought process. I'm a little bit
okay. So who don't you like? Who don't you like the most?
I don't like Meslier in goal because the fixtures are awful, and I think Leeds are going to get pummeled starting off the season.
Okay,
I think
long term, who do you think are going to be better? Okay, granted, you haven't seen Leeds in the Championship, but who do you reckon is going to be a better defensive team? Them or Southampton?
If I had to go long term, Ryan.
Okay.
If you would say long term to me, it probably wouldn't even be McCarthy. It would be probably Ryan. But short term McCarthy, long term Ryan. Meslier I could be egg on my face, man. Come my first wild card, I keep bringing him in because Leeds are playing real good defensive football and they're not letting in silly chances. Meslier is playing the form of his life. I mean, it all could backfire on me. But from what I know now and how I feel, my gut feeling is that Meslier is nowhere near my radar. Saiss is absolutely nowhere near my radar. Zuma, any Chelsea defender is nowhere near my radar whatsoever. If I was to bench one of Man City or Man United, it would be Foden or Greenwood, purely because of prices. Fernandes is a lot of money to have on your bench game week 1. It's nerfing your team. Your midfield is really weak. You've got one attacker in Werner. You're probably going to find you're going to be about 15 to 20 points off the average. That's my opinion. And it's no better than yours.
Fair, thank you for that.
Thank you, Crazy Jack. I appreciate you coming on tonight, dude. Cheers, dude.
Thank you.
Amazing. What a talking point. Moving on. Chelsea's fixtures are good for defence, in my opinion. Is Marcel going to start? Don't know. James said Reece James instead of Zuma. I don't personally want to go with Chelsea defence, but
hey guys, I think Trey Zera's in the waiting room.
He's trying to.
Oh, what happened to Dre?
Yeah, anyway. He dropped out, unfortunately.
Okay, so yeah. Again, I appreciate anyone that brings on differential picks because that is what makes this show interesting, is the fact we're not talking about the same players every year. Like, bring the next caller on. Oh, right, yes, you've got Salah in your team. Oh, you got Aubameyang too. Oh, and you've got St. Maximin and Werner. Oh, okay. Okay, you got Alexander-Arnold. And yeah, it's always just, I'm happy to see differential players. But sometimes when you go a bit too far in the risk category, I want to just give my opinion. That's all. It's like, right. Let's see who else we got here. We got Dunk25. I think he's not been on the show before. Dunk25. How's it going, man? Dunk, you there, man?
Yeah, sorry guys, I'm here.
Dunk, is this your first time? Is this your first time on the show, Dunk?
It is, yeah, first time.
Welcome, Dunk, man. Good to have you.
Cheers, guys.
Are you new to the Discord as well?
Yeah, new to the Discord. This is the first kind of serious FPL season, so looking for all the tips and tricks.
Oh right, well, okay. Well, we'll do our best. Dunk, have you posted your team in the live stream screenshots channel by any chance?
I posted it in the Rate My Team one. I can put it in the other one.
Yeah, so if you just post it in the live stream screenshots, the one above the waiting room, if you just post it in there, I'll bring it up on the screen for you. Jason's in savage mode. Beware. Right, here we go. Savage mode engage. McCarthy in goal. Alexander-Arnold. James. Reece James, a Chelsea defender. Walker Peters, Doherty, Aubameyang, Salah, Ali, Ward-Prowse, Werner, and Calvert-Lewin. Now, this.
Who's on your bench, man? Who's on the bench? Let's see.
Alzate. Okay. Davis and Ferguson. Drazera, what is that sound effect and why did you make it?
Yo, I rate Alzate. Alzate is a mad ting. I don't know if he's going to get many minutes though, but he's had his full first season under the belt. He comes within the Brighton academy or a youth player. I reckon he's onto something here.
What position does Alzate play in midfield?
He plays as more of a kind of a winger. He can play as a winger or a box-to-box midfielder.
Is the arrival of Pereira going to affect Alzate's chances of starting?
Don't know. Don't know. I guess we'll see.
What Perez not even playing for Brighton? What am I about? Maybe, completely different teams. No, I don't know anything about Alzate.
Yeah, me neither.
I absolutely don't know anything about Alzate.
So Alzate last season and the few games that he played, he looked impressive, but he didn't have like any FPL stuff to shout about. Hence why nobody really talked about him.
I don't think he's going to start. Lallana's transferred over, haven't they? So what wing does he play on? Left or right? Dunk, do you know? Dunk, do you know this? Have you researched this player? Yeah, have you researched him?
I've only put him in because I've got a friend who's a Brighton fan and he hypes him up the same way as Dre's saying he's heard a lot of good things.
Right.
And he thinks he's more so not early season, but thinks he could be a breakthrough player kind of later on in the season. And I think for the price he's at now, he could be one that ends up getting a bit of an increase in price. So I think he's more there just as a money maker, essentially.
Why have you got Ferguson on your bench? Because obviously the injury and stuff. You're not concerned about having a playing bench with all the uncertainty over the coming weeks?
Not as much, and I think Ferguson, I feel like a lot of people might be kind of rushing to get him in when he's fit, and I feel like having him there is an advantage in that sense, because I feel like he's going to be a player that a lot of people will get in once he's fit and ready to start, because I think he's pretty much nailed on in that team.
Okay, enough for your bench. Let's quickly talk about your team. McCarthy, Alexander-Arnold, James, Walker-Peters, Doherty. I mean, Reece James. That is the big question. Will Reece James play game week 1?
The reason I've put him in, it's only been a very recent change. I've seen the conference that Lampard done where he mentioned that Chilwell and Thiago Silva were still not fit to start game week 1. So I'm thinking with the kind of limited availability that they've got for wide defensive players, I feel like he could be someone that gets in for the first week or two, and he's quite an attacking option in that defense.
Yeah, okay, I see that. In fact, in terms of attacking options, you've got Doherty, James, Alexander-Arnold, and I even like Walker-Peters, to be honest with you. I mean, you doubled up on Southampton. I don't think that's necessarily a bad thing away at Crystal Palace. I like that team. Overall, Ward-Prowse...
yeah, I like it, man.
You've tripled up on Southampton, though. Are you convinced they're going to do well against Crystal Palace? Is that the reason? And obviously the fixtures are quite nice, aren't they? Is he gone?
Ward-Prowse is more just for... Yeah, he's pretty nailed on for set pieces, isn't he, Ward-Prowse? I think that's one of the main reasons that he's...
Did you have Ward-Prowse in before the news on Armstrong today?
I haven't seen any news announced. So
Armstrong's out.
To know what that was.
Armstrong's out. He got injured in international.
Yeah, so
I just wondered if you transferred Ward-Prowse in. Yeah.
No, I haven't had Armstrong in, to be honest. I've had Ward-Prowse in from the start.
I mean, I can't really say much about this. I mean, it's Ward-Prowse is a good player for Southampton. Southampton will have a good season, I think, and the fixtures are nice for them, kind for them in the first third of the season. I think the Calvert-Lewin pick is going to be ahead of the curve. I really do. I got a feeling that Everton, I know this is what we've heard before, Everton, but Calvert-Lewin, obviously, Rodriguez, Decore, Allen now, I think that midfield is going to be more substantial than it was last year. I think he's going to get more service, and he could definitely start doing what he did last season. Last season, he had a good start to the season. He had a good early season, Calvert-Lewin. If he does the same again, people are going to be jumping on him. Great price point.
Yeah.
Definitely. You could be there early. Like it. No,
yeah,
I feel
like Richarlison's dropped back a lot, hasn't he? He hasn't seemed to be playing up front, so I feel like Calvert-Lewin is going to be a lone striker in that Everton lineup. So,
Yeah, set pieces, penalties, Ward-Prowse and Calvert-Lewin, who is, he's going to have better service. I think this is a good team. I think if you're set with it, go with it, man. I think there's nothing really I can criticise in it. I can't pull a single player out of that team in your starting 11 anyway and say that is a risk. So
yeah, I've still got a mill in the bank as well. So
brilliant versatility, man.
To be done.
Brilliant.
Have you heard anything about why you've got Jack Steer in over Nyland?
Again, I'm sure you can probably tell that I'm from the West Midlands, Birmingham. So I've got a lot of friends that are Villa fans, and from what I heard, Jed Steer was injured for a lot of last season, and he's their second choice keeper, and obviously Heaton's out injured at the moment. So from what I've heard, Jed Steer is going to be the guy who plays for them over Nyland.
Well, I wouldn't be so sure about that. I think they don't like Nyland or Steer, hence why they're so desperate to try and get another goalkeeper.
The reason why Paulie is suggesting that is because very strong rumours and a very close breakthrough on Martinez to Villa from Arsenal.
I have heard about that as well. Yeah.
Martinez to Villa would be amazing.
Yeah,
but the thing is,
obviously.
But the one thing is, of course, is that with game week 1 fast approaching, Martinez I doubt will play at game week 1, and McCarthy should be chill. So I don't think you have anything to worry about. To be fair,
that's good. But I do appreciate the advice, guys.
Dunk, thank you for being a member of our Discord. For anyone that hasn't joined our Discord already, what do you think of it? Because you're a brand new member. What's your thoughts?
Yeah, it's fantastic, especially for someone like me who's coming in blind as it is. I mean, I've done FPL for the last few years, but I've never really took it serious, like with regards to like price points, differentials, and all that kind of thing. So I mean, this has been a great help for me, and hopefully it reflects my point total at the end of the season. So I will keep you updated.
Well, personally, I'll share now with you that I don't have friends that play FPL. In fact, like I've got one friend that plays FPL, but I rang him up the other day and he's not even set his team up, or he's not even bothering until tomorrow to set his team up. And my family don't play it; they don't watch football, and my work friends, my work colleagues don't play it, and they don't watch football. It's a really sad, lonely life I have in my immediate circle. So this is why I love the community that we have. I can talk in Hangouts, I can listen in Hangouts to the conversations that are being made. I can chat, I can be around people that I like spending time with, and that's one of the great things about our Discord, and I'm glad you're a member of it, man. Thank you, Dunk.
No worries, thanks, guys.
Cheers, dude.
Cheers, mate.
Speak to you again now.
Yeah, bye.
There we go. Thank you guys for the subscribes. Reminder, if you are new to the show, you can be a member and come onto our Discord and be on our show and have your team talked about. We have got lots of new faces I see already in the Discord waiting room. I'm going to bring down Cornelius. I'm going to bring a couple of new faces on as well as older faces up next. We're gonna Cornelius, are you there? Cornelius, can you hear me? You're live. He's muted himself. All right, let's bring on Suey 456. Suey 456, are you there, my friend? Good evening, Suey. Are you there?
Yeah.
How you doing, man? You right?
I'm all right.
Cool. You excited for the... Have you got a headset on or you got speakers?
I've got a headset.
I'm just hearing a bit of an echo, that's all. How you doing, man?
I'm all right.
Whereabouts you from?
I'm from Wigan.
And how long have you been playing FPL?
I started last year with my dad and granddad. Like, it was just more like a hobby thing, really.
All right. And how did you get on?
Well, I didn't really check my position. I was more in like a mini league sort of thing. But this year, I'm looking to do hit a bit, get involved more.
I'm looking at your team. It's pretty decent. You've obviously got Norwood there. Wan-Bissaka's on his bench. I mean, there's a couple of things that I will point out. Okay, so you've got Wan-Bissaka in your team on your bench. United defence, I personally wasn't going anywhere near them. Much of last season, they weren't very reliable. So you chose to bench Man United player and then have that money on the bench. But let me just move around to your team itself. McCarthy, Alexander-Arnold, Doherty, Robertson, Norwood, Son, Aubameyang, Barnes, I like. Barnes' pick, Mitrovic, Vernon, Wilson. I like the Wilson punt. I really do. I think Wilson could be an interesting one. I think he starts off the season well historically. That move to Newcastle, I think is a really good move. I think they've made a great signing there with him and Fraser from Bournemouth. So only Norwood it's just Norwood really that stands out for me in that team as being.
Well, I've got 2 million in the bank, and my plan is to upgrade Son to Fernandez. So I was thinking maybe I could put St. Maximin in, but I'm not sure yet.
Son to Fernandez. Yeah, I would be bringing St. Maximin in my team and taking Norwood out. Sorry, I just think that if you were to replace Norwood with St. Maximin, can you do that?
Yeah.
That
and then get Fernandez as well.
And then get Fernandez. So you can do that and then move Fernandez up.
Yeah, and then I'll probably put Wan-Bissaka in for St. Maximin in week 2, and then if any of my defenders get injured, I'll probably just rotate St. Maximin around.
How confident you are that Wilson's going to start that game and do well?
I think he's going to do well, just because West Ham. I just don't think they're going to do well the first few games.
Yeah,
I don't know why. Just because of what I've heard online and stuff, so I don't think they're going to do that well. And plus, he's moved with his teammates, so
dirt cheap, isn't he? He's dirt cheap. 6.5 Callum Wilson. Do you think people are just overlooking him too much?
I don't know. It's probably just because he's a new player, and maybe there's people want to play over him because obviously they have loads of players to rotate around, like Almiron and stuff, don't they? So people probably aren't so sure.
I think people are overlooking him because they've all had St. Maximin in more or less from when the game opened. I don't know how many people are actually going to go with 2 Newcastle players.
Yeah, but now they've signed Fraser. Was Almiron going to play? Because he was obviously a starter, isn't he, last season?
Doesn't Almiron play more attacking midfield with Fraser playing more left of the attack?
It could be Fraser on left, Maximin on right, and Almiron down middle.
Yeah.
Almiron played behind Wilson. Yeah.
But then that means that Richie will probably back in centre midfield or left back again. But they've got Jamal Lewis, haven't they? So
I don't think Richie will be there. I think Richie will be sold before the window ends.
Interesting.
They've obviously got the Longstaff brothers and Shelby as well, haven't they? So you don't even know what formation they're going to play.
I look at that team and Wan-Bissaka. Why Wan-Bissaka? Come on, talk to me about him.
Well, I'm a quite big United fan, and I just think they're going to do better this season, just from watching him. Maybe if I didn't support United, I wouldn't have gone with him, but I just really like it. I just think he's going to do much better this season.
I love it as a defender. I love Wan-Bissaka. Don't get me wrong. I just think as a defender that can provide an assist, teammates, it just doesn't tick that box for me. And remind me, is he 5.5?
Yeah, he's 5.5.
Tierney for me.
Yeah.
Drop Norwood, bring Tierney in, or something like that, and play a 4-3-3. If you got that price point, I mean, looking at if you wanted to have a Man United player in, I think Wan-Bissaka, and bench him, I think Wan-Bissaka would be not a consideration for me. Defensively, Wan-Bissaka is the best wing back, left back, right back, in the league, in my opinion, defensively. Attacking wise, he's just not an FPL player that I want to own. Does that make sense?
Yeah,
because
I might switch him tomorrow, maybe a Sheffield Stevens or something, or I'm not sure yet.
Reece James, maybe. I would rather own Reece James for Chelsea than Wan-Bissaka for Man United.
Yeah, I'll look into it. I'm not too sure yet though.
It's fair enough. Other than that, really, that's pretty much a good team, solid team. I love the Wilson pick. I really do.
That super chat's just brought up a good point, Jason.
Is Digne going under the radar this season? What is he? 6? Is he 6.5? 6?
He's 6 million.
He's 6 million.
And wait and see for me on Digne.
Wait and see for Everton for me. There is a bit of a feedback going on with your microphone, Suey, but thanks for coming on, man. I hope you took those points and you can go away and come back again in the game week 1. Come back on Sunday Surgery and come talk to us about your team. Thanks, buddy. To answer the super chat, massive thank you to Nehal there. Is Digne going under the radar? I think people are just waiting for Everton. Like, I got burnt with Digne. I brought him in. I think he got a red card. Was it last season? Was it last season he got a red card?
That might be right. Yeah, I think so.
I think it did, yeah.
I jumped on that bandwagon and burnt myself a couple of times. And for me, he could be one of those players that people jump in on an early wild card. Please talk about James Rodriguez. Again, wait. Like, Everton, wait on Everton, man. Unless you're going with Calvert-Lewin and you're balling. If you're balling, go with him. If you're feeling that you want to go for a punt, get him in. I think I'd go with DCL over Rodriguez, though.
Yeah, that works for me.
Doherty can be placed with Digne. I don't think so. Waiting room's rammed at the moment with people. Oh my laugh! There's lots of people in the waiting room.
Wow.
What can we get? Can we get some like predictions of how many people are going to be like in Discord Friday night, Saturday morning?
Oh my days.
Well, if anyone's in the waiting room, if you want to come on to the hangouts on deadline hours, you're more than free. Talk as much as you want. We might not hear over everybody, but we enjoy the chaos here at Elite FPL.
There's going to be at least 20 people in hangouts alone.
It's going to be carnage, isn't it? It's going to be carnage.
Yeah.
I'm going to try and get through as many people as I can, but obviously time constraints. We're at 20 past 10. Mindful I started the stream at 8 o'clock, and we're back on again tomorrow night. So let me just see if I can bring a couple of people on quickly who haven't already had a voice. I know that Charlie's there. Charlie's been waiting a little while. Charlie, how you doing, buddy? Up the Rovers, Charlie.
Hello, good evening, lads. How was it?
Yeah, very quickly. We're gonna go quick fire now, mate. How you doing?
Yeah, I'm all good, thanks. How about you?
What's your question? Your team's on the screen. Boom.
Question is, who should I captain? Do I stay with Aubameyang?
No. If you've got Mane in your team, you've got to smash it on Mane. If you've brought him in...
Do you reckon?
Yeah, 100%. 100% Mane. If you've got Mane in your team, he is going to be so low owned that if you captain him and he goes boom, you're going to be up in the top 10k.
And then if he doesn't,
then you're probably not going to come on the show for a couple of weeks. I think if you've got the balls to bring in Mane, you've got to give him the armband.
Yeah, but it's not even ballsy though, because he starts the season better than Salah. I think that's an obvious pick, Mane.
100%
over Salah.
It is obvious, but more people have got Salah than Mane.
Yeah, it's true.
Akshay has donated 100 rupees, is that? I have doubts over Vinagre. I want a 4.5 defender. Suggestions. 4.5 defender. Let's bring up the...
Lascelles.
Yeah, the man in the middle of the picture right there.
Lascelles. There we go.
Bargain.
Lascelles. Why Lascelles? Talk to me about Lascelles and not Walker Peters.
It's because he's a leader, captain, goal threat, Newcastle, good defensively. Even though Dubravka is injured, I think they still do start.
What about James Justin, West Brom away?
I don't know. I don't rate Leicester.
Oh, James Justin. I mean, Leicester completely being overlooked by a lot of people.
No.
I just think their time's up.
Really?
Yeah.
I don't know, man. I don't know. I think that James could be an option as well. If you like, look, it's going to be either Walker Peters, Justin, or Lascelles.
I have Justin on my watch list, but I'm not to start. I need to see more of Leicester first.
Yeah.
Do you think Justin's only going to be temporary though?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, but Pereira's going to be out for a few weeks, 2 or 3 weeks out.
Yeah,
surely?
yeah. I think it's like 4 or 4 weeks or something. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, looking at your team, Charlie. So what was your question again? Who should I captain? Mane. That's if I was doing what you're doing, I'd go with Mane.
Yeah, because he's only in for 1 week anyway.
Yeah, question then to the moderators then. Who should Charlie captain in his team? Dread.
I've got both of these. I've got Alba and Mane, and I'm captaining Alba as well. So I'm
Paulie?
with you, mate.
My captain's on Mane.
Ooh.
It's in,
I mean,
Paulie.
I said Captain Mane, but I will not be captaining Mane myself. Dre?
I haven't got Mane, and I've got Alba. So Aubameyang, my friends.
Harbour Boy?
I'd like to go safety first in the first game of the season, so I'd be going with Aubameyang.
There you go. Aubameyang has it, man.
There we go.
There you go, Charlie. Cheers, buddy. Cheers, man. I speak to you the weekend, do you?
Yeah, definitely. All right,
sounds good, dude.
Okay,
man, it's getting crazy in here. Crazy. King Khan, are you there, man? I know you've been waiting a little while.
Bring him in.
King Khan, are you there, dude?
Good evening, good morning to the millions watching.
The millions and millions from around the world that's tuning in. King Khan, how you doing, mate? How's it life?
It's 7:20 in the morning at the moment, and I'm just having a cuppa and watching Elite FPL.
You having fun?
Yeah.
Are you excited? Are you excited for Saturday?
I'm really excited to have a good season, hopefully this season, and beat Boona.
Yes, that's the attitude, man. You've also got Meslier in your team. You looking long term?
I just think I like him as a pick, and I think I'm going to keep him as that 4.5 goalkeeper. I know that first fixture is not bad, but I mean it's pretty bad. But
I was going to say
I like him.
You like him?
He's going to get save points. If he gets a clean sheet, he's going to be on bonus. I just like him as a pick.
Right. Talk to me about tripling up on... This is this Boone's team I'm looking at here?
Triple Spurs, triple Chelsea, triple that.
Triple Spurs, triple Chelsea.
And then 2 Leeds on bench, or triple Leeds as well.
Triple Leeds? Triple Spurs, triple Chelsea, triple Leeds. What is this? What is this?
Yeah, I've got 0.5 in the bank as well. So, just so you know.
I say I love it, though.
You don't care about Liverpool, then?
No, I do care, but the thing is, I think I talked to Steve about last time. I think Salah and Mane are going to get transferred very heavily in Gameweek 2. So, I want to bring them in when they're a lot cheaper in my wildcard in Gameweek 3. And I want to have Salah at 11.8. I don't want to pay 12 million for him.
Benji, man. Sorry, dude. Very quickly, I want to say, Benji, I did see you. I think I saw you in the waiting room. I was going to bring you on, but if you've got to shoot, you'll be the next one. But if you've got to shoot, I respect that. But thank you, dude. Looking at your team, it's eggs in a basket, isn't it? It's 9 players, 3 teams. It's recipe for disaster if Spurs don't beat Everton, and say Everton were to win 1-0. It's going to be a lot of money there.
But it's the same with Liverpool, Jace. It's eggs in one basket.
I wouldn't be tripling up with. I would go double. I would either go with Trent and Robbo, or I would go with Salah and Alexander-Arnold. I would not go triple up. No way.
But if they concede against Leeds, because we're going to score against Liverpool, so anyone that's got triple leads, you're getting 6 points out of that game. Game week 2, they play Chelsea. Do you really think Chelsea won't score against Liverpool?
Wait a minute. I mean, do I think what? Sorry?
Do you really think that Chelsea will not score against Liverpool?
It's not as certain as you making it sound, I think. I mean, I don't know. I'm going to go 50-50 there. And I'm sitting on the fence, but yeah, 50-50, I think. They might not score.
I mean, don't get me wrong. You could be absolutely smashing it. Kane, all it needs, Kane, bag a goal or two, Son being involved, clean sheet for Doherty, possibly an assist. I can see it happening. I really can. However, if it doesn't happen, which it quite often does in your head, you see something, it's obvious, but then in reality, something backfires. This is football after all. I like to spread my chances around the team a bit. And I had a rule last season. I'm sticking with my rule, and that rule was that don't trust Tottenham. And I still don't trust Tottenham. Maybe
Guys, I've never owned Harry Kane since I've played fantasy. Well, it's only been 3 years, but 4 years, sorry. This is the first season I've got Kane in my team, so hopefully it does something.
You know what though, the thing is, like, because I'm looking at it and I'm thinking, you've kind of created the ultimate high risk, high reward team.
High risk, high reward.
Is
the captain going to be definitely on Aubameyang?
Yeah, well, I wanted to speak about captaincy. Last year I had a really unlucky time with captaincy. So this season, I've said, you know what? Aubameyang has got 2 fixtures. He plays West Ham and Fulham. I'm going to captain him for both games. I'm not going to do, I'm going to captain Salah, then Bruno, then the whole hokey cokey. I'm not doing that. I want to captain a player for 2 weeks. So if let's say he blanks the first game week, I'm pretty sure that he will return me something in the game week 2. He could blank again, though. You know what I'm trying to say, Jose.
So I want to say right now, this team is not bad. It's not bad. So I comment in chat, Robin, this is not a bad team. There's no one in this team that can't return points, in my opinion. However, it's a risk because you are banking on teams. And also, I would love to know what your plan is with Man City, Man United. What is your plan? Is it through Aubameyang to bring in the likes of KDB or Sterling?
No.
Have you got plans for Man City, Man United, or are you just gonna? And I see you're disregarding Liverpool. Are you disregarding Man City, Man United?
No, I'm gonna bring Rashford in for Son in game week 2. That's why I got the 0.5 in the bank. I really like Rashford this year, and Crystal Palace don't have a right back. I think you could tear them apart in game week 2. And yeah, I'm obviously wildcarding in 3, so KDB is the only problem is I think KDB might rise in price, so that's the only thing I'm scared about in game week 3. Trying to get him at 11.5.
I think because you are actually planning on wildcarding, I can absolutely see what you're doing. It's exciting, really, to be honest.
I mean, you could end up being on to something, dude. You really can. And I'm not going to stand or sit here and turn around and say that you've made a bad decision with your choices. All I'm saying is that it could fail. And if you're willing to take the risk, you got to go in, man. And
just a shout out to Blonde. Just a shout out to Blonde. She's in our Discord.
Yeah.
She was the one that discovered this Burke guy.
Burke guy earlier, yeah.
And yeah, I think he's a great shout. Just on Burke.
He'll play out of position, but he won't get any goals.
not that he's out of position. While the last season, because I watched Sheffield a lot last year, he generally rotated two strike. Like he would 60th minute he would sub two strikers on and off, like Ferguson back in the days. So this Burke guy is pretty quick, and their forwards are lacking pace, apart from Musay. So I really like him as 4.5 option. I think he's a smoky.
I'm just gonna jump in there and follow up on that. So like get in the Discord and everything. Like, you know, you meet minds like Blonde and everything. Like, you know, she was in the Discord today and everything. And you know, I just like the different. She kind
outside
of
of the
gives me
box
different
thinking.
thoughts. Yeah, she opens up my thinking on you know. So yeah, get in the Discord, meet some minds. Just do it.
There we go. You got some good praise from your team. Not a bad team, to be fair. Just not convinced about Meslier. We've had this discussion. Meslier, is it too early to jump on Leeds defence?
The Leeds bias. The Leeds bias.
I mean, it's not bias, man. It's the fixtures. Like, I was considering Leeds like before the fixtures were released.
He's got proper bias to Leeds.
Oh, right.
He's the Leeds fan.
I'm sorry, King. I didn't realise you're a Leeds fan, so I do apologise. For some reason, I thought you were a Man City fan because of the "cun" in your name. Sorry, dude. But yeah, Leeds bias.
Well, when you don't have a team for 16 years, well, you have to support.
Yeah.
You have to like find another player.
That's
or team
fair
to
enough, man.
Follow.
That's fair enough. I should have checked on your profile. Of course.
Thanks for having me, Jace.
Kun, thanks, man.
Take care, Kun.
Have a good one,
dude.
Bye.
Yeah, speak soon, dude. Speak soon. That's craziness. It's a different team again. Getting some interesting picks. We'll have a couple more callers, guys. We've got a little bit of time. Gazzali, are you there, man?
Yep.
How's it going, dude? Excited?
Yeah, welcome to the greatest capital in the world.
Greatest capital in the world. Where is what is the greatest capital in the world? Educate me, Gazzali.
Welcome to Stockholm.
Stockholm.
Yeah.
Why is Stockholm the greatest capital in the world?
No, I just have to be biased. That's why.
I see what he did there, man.
No place like home, right?
Yeah.
What is there to do in Stockholm? Tell me. If I was to go and visit Stockholm, what would I do in Stockholm?
I mean, right now, not much.
Well,
because
no,
of
but
the virus. But yeah,
let's talk about normality's sake. Like, was it like a place to go to see like historic landmarks?
Yeah, you can do that, but I love. I'm not the person that goes out a lot. I watch a lot of games though on stadiums. So
okay, I think that there is an overwhelming statistic that people from the Scandinavian countries are better players at FPL. Have you heard of this?
Actually, no. And I have played this game in 8 years, I think.
You've played it for 8 years or haven't played it for 8 years?
No, I have played it for 8 years.
You played it for 8 years?
Yeah, that's more than a third of my lifetime.
Okay, so and how have you fared on FPL in the past, Gazzali?
Well, last year I got 150k. That was probably the best I had, I think.
Oh, okay. And you played it for 8 years. Okay.
Yeah.
And 150k is the highest you've been.
Yeah.
Okay. Looking at the Stockholm Metro, opened in 1950. It's well known for the decor of its stations.
There's a lot of love for Sweden in the chat, so big ups for all the
lots of Swedish people coming out of the chat. There we go. Stockholm is the seat of the Swedish government. Blah, 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 blah. Looking at the pictures, it looks really damn nice.
I'm not going near Lindelof. Nowhere.
Anyway, back to fantasy. I have got your team up. I'm pretty sure I have. Is this nailed? Is this going to be your game week 1 team?
More than likely, it's Cablo and Paris and Walker Peters. They're not set at the moment.
I think I know nothing about football. Who's Burr?
He's apparently, what I've heard from sources, the starting right wing back for Wolverhampton.
Another thing in Discord today, the Burr sensation.
Oh no,
what is going on? Is this serious? Like, is he a chance of starting?
Yeah, I heard like 4 days ago that he was 100% starting, but could change.
I think 100%. I think 100% is pushing it,
but yeah, I have Mitchell as a cover, so
100% starting. I wouldn't be saying things like that. He's not 100%. No. It'd be interesting.
I have Mitchell as cover if he wouldn't start. So
is he 4.0?
Yeah.
If he does become a thing, he's going to be the biggest bandwagon of the early game weeks.
Just look at the chat right now with Burr Revolution.
I'm taking a punt on him because he's 4.0 and I have Mitchell on the bench and then Taylor to just rotate.
So tonight we've seen the Burke bandwagon, and now we're looking at the Burr bandwagon.
The Burr bandwagon is much bigger.
Try and say those two surnames back to back really quickly.
Burke.
That's pretty solid.
Is it me or Traore might play right wing back for Wolves, and Neto opponents will be ahead right wing back, right wing? I think Wolves are an uncertainty. Wolves are an uncertainty for sure.
Yeah, I don't think Adama will play it. Honestly, think he's horrid at the right wing back position. So
interesting.
Covered because you've got Mitchell and then you've also got Taylor.
Yeah. Okay, so you got what 1 or 2 points from Mitchell coming off your bench, right? Moving on, you got Son and some Maximin, Salah, Aubameyang, Perez. Oh, Perez.
Yep.
Why Perez?
Well, I have 1 million in the bank, and it's depending on what happens with Greenwood. So either Perez is going to be Greenwood or Son will be Rashford in game week 2. And I'm going to chill on City plays right now.
For me, if I was going to go with a midfielder from Leicester, with the news that Maddison's probably going to not play, it'd probably be Barnes, but I think people are right.
I like Perez, so I feel like he could do stuff. But
why do you like Perez? What's Perez done for you to like him?
Well, I mean, he had an off season last year, but he was still good. Because I think he was starting on 1920 season, right? So where he was overhyped, I'm pretty sure.
Well, for Newcastle, we all knew that he played exceptionally well.
But yeah, I think he could have a bounce back year. Quite honestly.
Okay.
And he's going to be there for 1 game week, probably. So 1 or 2, because if he doesn't become Greenwood, he becomes Foden. So that's.
So he's a short-term pick in your team.
Yep.
Interesting. Okay. Fair enough. Calvert-Lewin away at Tottenham first game. You got him in long-term, or is he also a short-term pick?
No, I'm not certain yet. I'm looking at Mitrovic. Also, Watkins is very interesting, but he's not going to start. But he's incredibly interesting to see. But Villa's schedule is crap, to be honest. So I haven't decided. I'm very keen on bringing in Kai Havertz because I think he could take the pens for Chelsea as well. So I'm going to see how I can do.
Oh, Havertz could be really good. Did you say you got money in the bank?
1 mil.
1 million?
Yep.
I was going to say it'd be nice to get Havertz in that team.
Yeah, I can by switching out to Calvert-Lewin. But
yeah, Calvert-Lewin and then upgrading Perez?
Yeah.
How much is Calvert-Lewin? 6.5?
7.
7. Oh. Yes. Mitrovic. Is he 6.5, Mitrovic? 6. He's 6. Mitrovic for Calvert-Lewin, Perez to Havertz.
Yep.
Man, that is the moves that I'd be doing right now. If that is decidingly the pick for me. Like that, if I was Perez, Calvert-Lewin, or Mitrovic and Havertz all day long, Mitrovic and Havertz.
Yeah, I'm just uncertain about it's the fact about the future. If Calvert-Lewin is much better,
or Charlie Adams says, or Che Adams, you mean? I'm sure.
Yeah, I'm not touching him.
I'm
not going near that at the moment. I know Southampton are good. I don't want to have 3 Southampton players because I have Peters, but I don't really care about McCarthy. McCarthy's just going to stick there, so I don't really care if I rotate with Peters.
I mean, I like the differential pick in Perez in the sense that you could have a bounce back year, but with Maddison being injured, will that creativity be there in midfield? Will Vardy, it's a fact that will Vardy be firing on all cylinders as well?
Yeah, you never know.
You never know
what will happen.
I like it. I like the thought process. Yeah, maybe one too many punts in that team. Burr, Perez, Calvino.
Yeah,
bit too punty, but it could serve you well. Thank you, man.
Yeah.
You're new to the show, yeah?
I joined. I think I watched you last year, but it was not last year, but no, stupid, but a month ago or something. And I was in the channel like 3 weeks ago, but we didn't have time. Same with Monday.
Well, I'm glad that we do have time tonight to have you on, and I look forward to speaking to you again.
Yep.
Throughout the season. Cheers, then.
Yep.
Cheers, Gazzali, man. Speak to you soon.
Bye.
Right. One more caller, guys. One more caller, and we need to bring on Anurag, because Anurag is on with us because he's on to speak to me about Fantrax. And I have definitely got drink down my airway. How you doing, Anurag? What's going on, man?
Nothing much.
Anurag, so you have set up Fantrax draft for a certain group of Elite FPL
Wake up.
community members.
I was sleeping the whole time while I was waiting.
You were sleeping the whole time while you weren't watching the stream. You weren't watching the stream. You were sleeping.
I was listening to your stream, but I got asleep. I was waiting for so long.
Oh, you're not complaining, are you? Right, so
I'm not complaining.
Fantrax, this is my team on the screen right at the moment. Oh. Boom, ba-doom, 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 ba-doom. For those who don't know, Fantrax is a third-party fantasy draft game that is free to play, and we are looking to compete. In my current league, I've got Notorious, Harbour Boy. Who's Venky's out?
That's Nelly.
Bad news. Paulie's in there. Defender, Firetog, Barnes, me, and Pundy. Team Pundy. Who's that?
He's in our Discord. Pundy 13.
And RM05. Who's that?
Rodrigo.
I have no idea who that is. So my team right at the moment is looking pretty damn awesome. I'm not gonna lie. It's looking good. Allison in goal, William Saliba, Walker Peters, don't all laugh. Harvey Barnes, Felipe Anderson, you remember him? Pereira for West Brom, Saka, Boyaka Saka, Diego Jota. Oh my God, we're scraping the barrel, guys. We're scraping the barrel. Mitrovic, Son. I got Son in my team. That's good. David Luiz, yeah, amazing pick there. Wan-Bissaka, Cleach, yeah. MacArthur and Bergwijn. Now I've got the first pick. Am I right, Anurag?
Yeah.
I've got the first pick. So I need Sancho to join United so I can get him in my draft team. Anurag, give me your honesty, man. What do you think? This is my first time playing any type of draft. Looking at my team, am I such a bad noob and I'm going to finish bottom?
Maybe.
Great. Not the strongest team in the world, is it?
Not the strongest, but a decent team considering you had the last draft. And Son's going to basically be carrying your team.
Son's going to be carrying my team, but it's scored differently in Fantrax, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, you're going to have maybe...
There's going to be lots of different...
Pereira is going to be a good difference.
Yeah, that's about it, I think. So what do you else want to talk about this these leagues you've set up in Discord? They're closed now, aren't they, for new members?
Yeah, because I already drafted, even though, I mean, I haven't yet decided, but Haba was talking to me about, because in Fantrax you can draft any moment in the season. So I was, maybe later on, maybe we might open to other Discord members or potentially a mid-season draft. But
so if people want to have a go at this game, they can do mid-season. So we'll look at seeing how the interest is.
You can draft at any moment.
I've never played draft before, and it took me a little while to get my head around it. Essentially, it's a very simple process. You pick, obviously, take turns picking and all that jazz. But quite soon you think there's a lot of players, but when you've got 10 people in the league, quite soon those players get picked, and you literally you're suffering, aren't you, when it comes to the last final 3 or 4 picks?
Yeah, the last 4 picks are like, you can call them, they're like keepers. They might just have like you might have to start them because in Fantrax you get lineup, so there's no one deadline compared to that. So you might like have to start. You have to keep track of the line.
Yeah, you are breaking up, Anurag, every other word at the moment. But I want to say that I am looking forward to this season, and I want to say thank you for setting up the Fantrax leagues. I will do videos of my performance in the drafts, and I might just upload them separately or do segments during it.
As already the whole Elite FPL members know already. Well, I'm try keep that spread of all the.
I can't really hear what you're saying, dude, but I will say that you've put in a lot of time and a lot of effort into doing this. I don't know why, but your microphone is breaking up. I really
that's
appreciate.
1 2. It's good now.
It's better now.
Okay. Yeah. So what I was saying is that that spreadsheet that all the members they already know. Will try them in the season.
Okay. Cool. And if you want to talk to Anurag, you can go into Discord and speak to him there. If you are interested in the mid-season Fantrax, we'll see if we do open it up. But I am looking forward to my first ever time playing draft. I've never played it before. It's a completely whole new thing. And this season is just going to be me learning the game. I do not expect to do well in it. But if I can finish above anyone else in my league, then I consider it a victory. With this team, anyway. Anurag, we are short on time. Is there any final words you want to say?
Nothing much. I mean, I could quickly, 5 seconds talk about FPL.
Oh, right. FPL. What's that then?
I posted my team 1 hour ago.
Posted the team an hour ago. All right, let's bring it up.
I'll post it again.
Are you set for game week 1, Anurag? Is it 100% happening?
1 or 2 changes. I posted it again.
I've got it, man. I've got it. Let's bring it up on the screen. Game week 1 team. John Stone. What's with this John Stone goalkeeper bloke? I don't know anything about him.
A little bit by correspondence.
Who's influenced you?
The West Brom, who was the correspondent in Planet FPL.
Planet FPL. Johnston.
Yeah.
Sam Johnston.
They were talking up Johnston a lot. Gamma, right? She was talking. Talking a lot about.
Yeah.
She was talking up a lot about.
Probably going to get a lot. He's probably going to get a lot of shots fired at him. To be fair.
Yeah, safe point.
2 pink shirts in your team, illegal. Says Andrew Johnson.
Looks weird. Button turn.
I love the picks here. I mean, Pulisic, Havertz, and Werner triple up of that Chelsea, man. This is a strong team. Alexander-Arnold, Walker-Peters, Dyer for that price point into Spurs defense. Souček, Pulisic, Havertz, Salah, Aubameyang, Mitrovic, Werner. Boom. Lascelles even on your bench too with Mitchell. Boom. This is a nice team, Anurag. I like it.
Yep.
I like it.
About game week 2 though with that?
Oh, okay. Yeah, game week 2. I have to figure out how I'm gonna get. I don't know how I'm gonna get Man United.
Well, you got Salah and Aubameyang, haven't you? You can.
Aubameyang might turn into KDB like the usual.
Yeah.
A lot of people thinking KDB to Aubameyang to KDB in game week 3, but not so hard.
Are you gonna go? Into the Liverpool game with triple Chelsea?
Or 5 players? Yeah.
Hmm.
Potentially, may go 5 players in game week 2.
I like the team, man. I really do.
But they're all
I
attacking players too.
They're exactly. You've got in the attacking players.
Even if it's like a 5-3, 4-3 score, Salah might get like 2 goals.
Are you worried that Pulisic might not start because he's not 100%?
Yeah. I mean, Zaik, I was looking at
Can you get
Zaik,
Pulisic to Son? If you can do Pulisic to Son, that is a perfect team.
I'm going to have 0 in the bank. Dyer, maybe?
If you did Pulisic to Son, that's banging, man.
And Dyer to what?
Reece James for Dyer. Reece James for Dyer, Pulisic to Son, and you're onto a winner.
Reece James is 0.5 more. Can't do that. I have 0 in the bank right now.
Oh, okay. Sorry. So you'd have how much in your bank? So you've got 0 in the bank. So Dyer is 5. So you'd have 4.5. So
8.5.
Justin, no, people don't want to go Leicester. 4.5. We were talking about 4.5s a minute ago. Walker Peters, or Lascelles maybe. You've got him. Never mind.
We've got Lascelles. Yeah.
Yeah. It's not much of a. You haven't got a lot to choose from there.
Yeah.
Probably just go Walker Peters. We've got him anyway.
Go for Bird. The Bird train.
Justin, bring in Justin. Bring in Justin. You'll be fine. Bring him in.
I go on the Bird train.
The Burr train. Get him in. Get Burr in. Interesting, man. I would definitely have. I would probably have if I had news that Burr was going to start. Burr in. That would be in. Dyer. Yeah, don't want him in my team though. I mean, I know he will. Will he? I think he'll play. Oh, he will play. He will play. But I don't want him on my team. I would probably go Justin over Dyer any day of the week if I could get Son in my team. I think, yeah. Pulisic, Son, have Havertz and Werner. Because I got a feeling that I've got a feeling Pulisic isn't fully fit.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's pretty awesome, dude.
He's been training, but
Rory Kavanagh says, Jason, 24-hour stream. Literally, I've got work in the morning and I need to spend time with the missus. We're watching The Boys on Amazon right now.
Yes, awesome.
Loving The Boys, and I want to get an episode of The Boys in before I go to bed tonight. So, ladies and gentlemen, that leaves me to say right now, if you have enjoyed this stream, please hit the like button. It helps us boost our presence on YouTube. And if you aren't already subscribed, please consider hitting that subscribe button, because tomorrow, myself and Steve-O will be live previewing Game Week 1 and talking about the history and predicting scores on our epic Predictor game that Semi-Sweet Potato, one of our community members, has put together. We will also be live for the Game Week 1 deadline on Saturday morning from 9 a.m. and then followed up with Steve-O covering the Fulham Arsenal game. Then back in the evening for the Liverpool game. So anything else, guys, before we move on in the realms of FPL? Moderators, you have the floor.
Well, yeah, a fantastic stream. Always a pleasure. Yeah, loved it. Loved the chat, loved the people, loved the community. Get in Discord, come and join us. It's great fun.
Excellent. Thank you, guys.
And I want to say, guys, if you haven't already, please like this video. And if you're new to this channel, keep things elite with Elite FPL. Give this video a subscribe and check us out on Discord. We'd love to have you here. Thank you very much, guys.
Do you like to see me on bigger screen more often, by the way? Because I can switch between... Oh, hello. I've broken it. I can switch between it. I've broken it. This is what happens when you press too many buttons. Do you like it? There we go. Justin will since Evans is injured, blah, 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 blah. Thanks, Steve-O, says Evelyn.
Gotta go.
Come on. See you, Anurag, take care.
Care, man.
All the best.
Thanks, Anurag.
See you guys. See you tomorrow. See you tomorrow, guys.